everybody, and welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns, broadcasting the Skyward Sword Randomizer co-op tournament. We've got the group stage for you today. It's the Founders with CJ and 64-Bit Link versus Masters of Camouflage with Jaznix and Mario Runner. Commentating for us, we have Raid Spinell and Your Average Link, and tracking is going to be Alka and myself. Say hello, everybody.
Hello, you got my name right.
Hello there. I'm technically not supposed to be commentating, but I'm filling in for somebody who's running a little bit late right now. So, yeah. Should be an exciting race.
It's the first one, and, you know, not a bad first race.
We've got the Founders so named because they sort of initially popularized the co-op format. And versus them, the Masters of Camouflage. I don't know why exactly they named that. It's a reference to Bucha, the big Kikwi.
Well, it's because he's a master of camouflage. There we go.
Here we are.
The right side seems to have started before the left side.
On my screen, Jaznix has already started, and nobody else is even close.
Okay, so that's just
I paused 64 stream. That's probably why.
That would make sense.
So runners are off.
Alright, I gotta switch my audio. Alright, so be interesting to see which dungeons. It's
Mario
with cubes.
Spicy textures.
Ooh, you're right. I haven't seen that sword texture.
Yeah, so to go over how co-op works, basically the two runners are allowed to communicate with each other. Nice dungeons.
Ooh, nice dungeons.
The two runners are allowed to communicate with each other the information they have, and the finish time is whoever finishes second. Whoever finishes second in the team.
And we've already got some divergence. We've got 64-Bit and CJ both choosing to stay on Skyloft at the start here. It looks like Jaznix and Mario are both doing that as well.
Over there next to the statue.
It's a good sign that we might see some Silent Realms. Hopefully. Oh, claw shots too. That's a start. I imagine we'll see 64-Bit grab the hint stone. Gives the runners a little bit of information about where things might be, or where things are. Sometimes it just outright tells you, or sometimes it just gives you a little joke in solid gray. But yeah, I imagine that since he has claw shots, he'll be checking the one that is on the floating island.
One of the cool things about co-op is that these sphere zero checks on Skyloft can be split up between the two runners. So Jaznix has done, looks like Owlin and the Goddess statue checks and is going straight for the sky. Oh, sorry. I forgot what the dungeon layouts were.
The dungeons are LMF, Sandship, Fire Sanctuary. They are very fun.
And I missed the hint.
I also missed the hint because I looked at my notepad where I was going to write down hints.
Oh yeah, and looks like Emerald Tablet is the start. Oh, that is not Emerald. Oh, that's how that works. Yeah, so this is my first time using the tracker layout, so sorry about that. Anyway.
So you think both of these teams decided to split up Skyloft. Jaznix is into the sky much earlier than anyone else.
Is Baron and mine is Baron.
Those are some nice hints, especially with Sandship and LMF. So that probably means Amber Tablet's going to be pretty late in logic, right?
Well, there are still 2 required dungeons there. And we already have boss shots, and boss shots are by far the most useful in Lanayru.
I think Amber Tablet early or late could be really interesting. Because they've got 2 dungeons in Lanayru, but Like, half of Lanayru is empty, just based on the hint stones. And we've got the Founders finally in the sky, finally leaving Skyloft.
And we'll be able to check this hint that we missed, hopefully. Oh, and another thing to note about the co-op settings is that goddess cubes are enabled, which they have not been in settings in the past. Okay, harp is on, chest near goddess statue, and
Fire Sanctuary has a sword. Fire Sworduary again. And was that on second water pod chest?
No, the second room. So it importantly does not require Hook Beetle.
Hmm.
Skyloft Trial is dead, and Lanayru Desert is bare. Okay, maybe the tablet is very late.
That's... What's left in Lanayru? Caves? And the dungeons?
Yeah, caves in the dungeons, pretty much.
Lanayru is just totally empty. CJ getting 3 loose gratitude crystals is...
Well, that's probably just because it's convenient to get them now, since you have access to all 3 since you already went to Zelda's room. So it makes sense to get them off the bat. Plus, you're only 2 away from getting 10.
It'd feel bad, though, if you never used them, because he spent like a minute doing that. Maybe 2? I don't know.
And we're going to see Jasnix going into the Thunderhead here.
Oh, scale on Colin's letter!
Interesting.
Okay, I'm kind of getting the...
Gloria chest, and Farron Woods the Spirit of the Sword.
Okay. So I assume our runners found Ballad, because none of them have been to the
Ballad
surface, but
was
no early
on
Thunder.
the Lumpy Pumpkin Chandelier. I think 64 just got it.
CJ actually has quite a few rupees. This seed has been very, very front-loaded.
Yeah, there's a lot of... Well, actually...
The
there's a
bow.
bow.
It's front-loaded again.
For sand shape. And the runners now have access to Beetle's shop, which with all those rupees could be quite important. But CJ's already in Beetle's shop. Oh yeah, with the clock dots.
No, he can't. No, he can't check what the last item is because...
Well, he can check what it is. Or wait, no, he can't check what the last
No, he can't because he can't afford the second item anymore.
Yeah.
Beetle is a crook.
And it's... Is that like Elden Ore or something?
Somebody mentioning the chest in... that had the bow in it was out of logic. Did we ever enable the trick for that? Because I know people were talking about enabling tricks.
No, that's still not a thing.
Okay.
I don't think we have any tricks in this set. Oh, it looks like a crystal pack on Ballad of the Goddess. We saw that on Mario's screen. Mario's already in Farron. I'm sorry, I've not been seeing all the screens. And the
Hellos, what is this front-loaded seed right now?
And the whip!
Oh my god!
That is 4 Buell items already.
And all of them
that is
potentially required.
That's Stone of Trials away from Skykeep %. Skykeep is not a dungeon. Okay, Central Skyloft and Sky are both Spirit of the Sword.
Sky was probably Lumpy Pumpkin, given that the bow and the whip
and
both...
so the thing about Goddess chests is that there are like 21 checks in the sky when Goddess cubes are enabled. So Sky being Spirit of the Sword is like the Kakariko Village Spirit of the Sword of OTR. Like, it's just always going to be the case, and you kind of have to accept that. But we're planning on reworking...
Beetle's Beetle!
Where?
64.
On
he just... 64 just got it. Yeah.
Okay.
And it looks like Beetle had 2 songs that CJ did not buy. One was a Song of the Hero piece. I know that. Nehru. Thank you.
Yeah, there's Song of the Hero part on, like, the 50 item, I think. And Mario is opting to go for Slingshot right now.
Jazznik's also getting the Beatles Beetle, so we'll have both teams turning that in here. I feel like Jazznik's hasn't missed out on much that the other team has done, but Mario's been on the surface making progress in Farron. Like,
well, Jazznik's is like they don't know about Beatles items right now. Jazznik's is the first to do that. And Jazznik's also got the stuff in Thunderhead, so they know about that now. Jazznik's, you can get the... Okay. I think he's realizing now, yeah. If you know that, like, the 300 item is junk, then it's best to just turn in the Colossus Beetle now. I guess it doesn't really matter, but...
Another
nice
B-Wheel item.
Because...
We're gonna fill in the B-Wheel. And just... immediately. We're not even 10 minutes in, and we've filled more than half of it.
Well, collectively. I don't think any single person has all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Mario with the claw shots is going to be able to get some goddess cubes in Baron. Oh, that's a caves key. That is required.
Required? So when they find Amber Tablet, they can just go beat Sandchip. They have everything.
Well, they need
Sea
Chart.
not Sea Chart. They can skip that.
Yeah, they can do Sansi.
And another B-Wheel item. Another.
Oh boy. So that Cave's Key also qualifies for Sky Spirit of the Sword because that counts as a Sky check.
How many Sky Spirit of the Sword hints do you think we're gonna find throughout this seed?
Probably 2. I don't see there being more than 2 because there is still all the other Spirit of the Sword items you can choose. It is indeed important. Knight Academy Spirit of the Sword and Northeast Cage Goddess Chest. I don't know which one that is. I think... Actually,
Northeast
wait, no,
Cage Goddess Chest
that.
requires
I remember that from
shots.
the race, from a previous race. That's the chest East of Earth Temple. For the cube East of Earth Temple, if I'm remembering correctly.
All I know is that is the chest that you need claw shots to get to.
Well, no, Northeast Cage. The chest that you're thinking of is a sometimes hint, and it would be noted differently.
Oh, am I thinking of South?
You're thinking of Southwest Triple Island chest.
Yeah, Southwest
This
Triple.
is Northeast Cage, and you just like drop down to get it. You don't need claw shots.
Cubes are scary.
Yeah. But I remember that from a race I did with the gym against, I want to say, British Stargate. And yeah, that was the cube East of Earth Temple, like by the huts.
Finally getting some Betro too, very early. Oh my god. It doesn't stop.
And more gratitude crystals.
But still, they only have access to Farron, and I just want to say again that the founders have not been to the surface yet.
Have they? Really?
No, they have not been to the surface yet.
And... Oh, did Mario get, like, Din's power or something? I wasn't looking at his screen. Did Jasnik's already... Oh, he... he just ran right past the hint. Mario's just cleaning up the Hickory quest here. We're gonna see if he gets a Lopsa roll.
Oh, I was watching Zelds He's playing right now. He got lobster roll, and it was broken. The cutscene didn't work properly, and he had to come back and talk to Lopsa later to get the thing to work.
Looks like Jaznix is going to accompany Mario to Farron. Interesting play. Like, normally in co-op, you kind of want to stay asynchronous. Like, you kind of want to stay like away from each other. But I guess they kind of run out of things to do.
I feel like Jaznix is just running out of things to do. You know, he hasn't done Betrow.
It might be a good idea for Jaznix to go straight for Lake Floria if he has the scale. I don't remember if he's the one who got it.
Gale was somewhere very... It was on Colin's letter.
Oh, yeah, Colin's letter, so he doesn't have it. I think he, like, just got hard.
Show tracker. I found the show tracker.
I guess maybe he could rush, like, the cubes in Deep Woods. There are 3 of them.
$64 also, so... There's a big thing about the Founders staying in the sky, though, is that it doesn't look like Masters of Camouflage have found the Water Dragon skill yet.
But it looks like the Founders are going to run out of things to do momentarily. So they're probably just going to end up following Master of Camouflage's footsteps here.
So they're going to be leaving with the items in Lake Floria. There was something hinted in Lake Floria.
There was a sword in the Lake Floria chest, which does lead to a check on Isle of Songs. Also, Jaznix's Goddess Sword texture is really confusing because it's the long sword colors, but it's still the Goddess Sword.
Did he do that on purpose?
I don't know.
That sounds like something he would do on purpose.
Oh, there's digging mitts on Slingshot. That's very important. Or at least it might be. That puts the bow in logic.
Logically, it is very important, but
right now
most uses of it can be skipped.
Right now, the mitts are not important.
Most uses of the Magma mitts, I should say.
Well, yeah, the Magma mitts.
But the regular mitts give you a lot once you find the Ruby tablet, which, you know, they haven't.
Yeah, the one advantage that the Founders are going to have is that they're not going to have to 2-trip Farron to get the rest of the Floria items.
It's just the Masters of Camouflage haven't even found scale, and
yeah,
I feel like
that's
there's
a hard piece.
The beetle too. They haven't found the beetle.
If I were Mario, I would go and clean up some of the Skyloft stuff.
It's not like he has much else.
Mario does have Harp and Gust Bellows. Elden Trial is not...
Another sword and sworduary. That's 3 swords. That's all
3 swords already hinted.
Hang on. What do we need besides the Amber tablet and the Ruby tablet?
We know where earrings are.
And the other beetle,
bottle?
maybe?
Technically, you don't need a bottle if you do the RBMs, but I don't think these runners are going to want to. And if they want this sword, they're going to need Magma mitts.
I mean,
because
if we consider all the
Wall in
RBMs...
Fire Sanctuary refers to the only check in Fire Sanctuary that you absolutely need the Magma mitts to get. Every other one you can circumvent with the use of Back in Time. And that's why we made a hint for it. The other one that we will be seeing, isn't always hint, is the LMF boss key, because that chest is very out of the way. It looks like Mario is going to Skyloft to clean things up. Good play. And that's... Jackson's gonna get the cubes. Did Mario get any cubes in Farron? If not, I think that's kind of an inaccuracy. Unless Jasnix told him that, okay, I'm gonna go do Farron later and get the cubes. Because these runners are communicating with one another, but we're not listening in on what they're saying.
I mean, I feel like if Mario just got the cubes he came across, that would be helpful
Mario's
at
checking
least.
the hint stone that Jasnix already got. Oh, Solo muscle memory dies hard. And just a hard piece there.
I mean, it's only a matter of time before he checks Colin's letter.
And gets the scale. Oh, he's starting in Baby Rattle first.
I imagine he'll do Malara while he's over here, too.
Yeah. I think it might be a little
Lady's
bit better
house.
to do Malara first, because if you leave her house at night, she gives an extra text box where it's like, leaving already, Link? Or something. But it hardly matters. We're gonna have Jasnix and CJ synced here. Oh wait, CJ got lobster roll. Nice.
What's with all the lobster rolls today?
At least I think he did, because he had to talk to Lopsa again, so...
Mario must have gone to Deep Woods, right?
I don't think so. I think he left, because he did Floria after Slingshot and left
Okay.
to do Skylock, because Jasnix is going to take a Deep Woods here. Ooh, 64 getting bodied by these Babas.
Now don't worry, Mario got bodied too. Everyone gets bodied every now and then.
He is going for a trick here called Extending Blow. Jasnix is not, and CJ misses it. That trick is RNG, and honestly is not really that worth it in Rando, because you want to get this chest and the hint stone anyway. But it's faster in vanilla speedrun since we only care about going to Skyview. But there's another trick you can do called Cube Warp, which, as you can see, oh, Jasnix missing it there, but if you angle your Skyward Strike with this Bokoblin in a certain way, you can get it to hit the cube, and they hit it in sync. And you get teleported up here by the cutscene.
Wonderful. Wonderful cutscene sync.
And the Goddess Cube, they're gonna want the cubes anyway, because they're in the settings. Din's Power has Gratitude Crystal Pack. And
Magmas don't understand
Don't
Minesweeper.
Minesweeper.
That is true. Have you ever seen them try and make Minesweeper? It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Jasnix is remembering the cube on top of Skyview, so that's good.
Will CJ? I think he will.
There are actually only 25 cubes in these settings because Skyview is not a required dungeon, and one of the cubes is at the end of Skyview. But since race mode is on, or empty unrequired dungeon, so since that is on, the cube is labeled as non-progress, so you don't need to worry about that.
Thrill Digger is fun until you try regular Minesweeper and realize that Thrill Digger is just Minesweeper, but with RNG.
But
More RNG.
think about this. Lepelog has solved Thrill Digger, but not Minesweeper. So, clearly, Thrill Digger is superior. Also, wait, what was Mario doing this entire time that he's just now on Malara? I wasn't looking.
He went to
Probably checking
Betrow.
Betrow.
Yes.
Also, yes. I might be missing a song to hear part on Jasnix Tracker, but I'm not sure. Skyloft Trial is irrelevant anyway, so...
Oh, it is?
The required dungeons are Linear Mining Facility, Sandship, and Fire Sanctuary.
The fun ones.
Yeah, the 3 longest dungeons. Yeah, the Triforces next to the dungeon icons label which ones are required. Nice camera angle from Mario there. And the crystal pack. Vanilla. Maybe Patrol 30 is what they need. We do know that Din's power is in logic, and it has a crystal pack.
No, don't start that idea. It'll come true.
Or wait, no, is it in logic? No, it's not. Never mind. Sorry, don't listen to me. Nehru's wisdom is in logic, or yeah. Oh, who did roll? Ricky rolled.
Kind of hard to do the Lanayru trial if you can't go to Lanayru. That is some terrifying Kikwi. Oh, yes.
Oh, and that's 25 from Mario, so... Patro 30... It looks like he's gonna be going for Patro 30. Which is a fair play. Right now, he doesn't know about the harp, or the crystal, or... Oh my god. The scale on...
He still hasn't checked Colin's letter.
Well, he's gonna be... Or not. Oh, yeah, because to do Colin's letter, you have to sleep today, so I guess he wants to get these 5 crystals right now. CJ is going for Pentop here, having a little bit of trouble getting it. And Jasnix is cleaning up the Farron cubes.
I feel your struggle, CJ.
Yeah. Remember originally, like, I used C up to line up the angle and I still missed it. But I've got a good feel for how to do it. Nice swag cube there for Jasnix.
64 had gotten it just before, I believe.
Well, everybody knows the only people that are important are the ones you attract.
No.
I'm just kidding.
My man going for Owlin crystals before he checks Colin's letter. Please, Mario.
Well, he's just setting it up. I think his plan was to get the other crystals before sleeping in Link's room, so that you get to 30. Also, we're going to see new checks here on CJ. Actually has a Water Dragon scale. And what is... Oh, Jasmine is checking the chests.
It's inconvenient to route it, but it's been here for so long. So it's hard to say if it's a bad thing to leave it for so long, or...
Colin's
hey,
letter.
the actual Colin's letter!
So that's like... French vanilla Colin's letter, if you're willing to...
You're right. Beatrice is off. We got rid of her. We don't want her here. Alright, we're gonna have Jasnix checking some of these goddess chests. There are a lot of goddess chests that nobody has checked yet that Jasnix is gonna go through. So.
Using the map. The long-forgotten strategy.
You know, they say Nintendo programmed it intentionally so you could find things. Like,
So yeah, in
goddess
these settings
chests.
we do not have Beatrice, just because... I mean, I don't really care that much whether or not she's in, but...
Amber Tablet.
Amber Tablet.
Finally.
So much for it being late in logic.
Okay, but
these runners can only get 2 non-Baron checks right now. Oh wait, no, never mind. Sansi exists. They can get 9.
No, Sansi was Baron, wasn't it?
Oh wait, yes it was.
It was Caves. Caves was Baron, or Caves was not Baron.
No, Caves was not
Mines, Sansi, and Desert were all Baron.
But you can still get a hint stone in Sansi if you really wanted to.
Yes. And 2 of our runners' 3 dungeons are in Lanayru, so it's not like it's pointless to go there. Actually, it's the opposite of pointless, because they know so much of it is not worth it.
Also, yeah, important to note is that despite these regions being barren, their cubes can still have progression. Which is another thing that we'd want to change in the future. Because imagine being told that you might need to go into a barren region to get something.
So with his current items, Jasnix could complete both dungeons. It'd be completely out of logic, but...
Yeah, and there's nothing to say that LMF isn't barren. So...
But without C-Chart and the beetle that we haven't found and the beetle that he hasn't grabbed, Mario just found it, so that's the first beetle for their team.
Alright, time for one of 2 non-Baron checks here. Ooh, that's
there's the other beetle.
On the other.
Beetle on Vitro 30.
Yeah.
So Jasnix...
Now LMF is in logic. Well,
yeah, Mario just found the hook beetle.
Bag, but...
He found both
Caves
beetles
is Baron as well.
Oh no.
LMF
Lanayru
is dead, and Levias is dead.
Poor guy. It was his time.
So yeah, the entirety of Lanayru, besides its cubes potentially, is Baron.
And dungeons. Yeah.
But because this is co-op, Jasnix now knows that LMF is in logic because Mario got the hook beetle and he can tell them that.
Now they don't have bomb bags, so Dodo also could be in logic, but
Yeah,
they can't
Dodo,
reach him yet.
Potentially.
He could have something, not be in logic, sorry.
Looking at the rest of our hints, there's a chance that if the game doesn't place the slingshot hint, that the mitts are what's the spirit of the sword item in Farron, or there could just be another item.
I feel like there was something on Great Tree.
Was there? I wasn't paying attention.
There were gratitude crystals on Great Tree. Oh, I don't like that.
Well, the chances of crystals being Spirit of the Sword at this point, even though we have both Claw Shots and Beetle, are pretty low.
True.
But, not 0. If we only get up to 35 in crystal packs, then we could need like all 15, which would be really sad.
64 also about to find the Amber Tablet, so both teams will have it now.
Oh, Jasnix is getting North Desert for now, I guess.
Another benefit to
Fletch
completing...
Crystals is not a hinted... Jasnix is leaving.
Why is he leaving?
Probably just to get the cubes out of the way.
Okay. But there's another cube and a hint in Temple of Time area once he beats LMF.
If you beat LMF, you get that for free.
You should just go do LMF. CJ got the side hop to skip the cutscene.
And you know that you can beat LMF because you know the boss key chest is dead, so you don't need the bomb bag. So this decision to leave is a little bit questionable, but I'm not the runner, so we will see. But if Fledge Crystals were required on this version, we haven't yet, like, the version that makes Fledge Crystals not required by beating LMF is not this version.
Jaznix is going to clean up these Lanayru cubes. And 64 looks like he's going to be going to Lanayru now. And Mario is doing Owlin Crystals. Okay. I thought he was doing Slingshot again somehow.
Sorry about that. But I have confirmation that I can stay for the rest of this race, so yeah.
Let's go.
Jaznix get any important items while I was missing?
Not that has been noticed by me.
Going back into Thunderhead. Oh yeah, there's a chest, there's a cube chest in here.
The Din's Power song was in that cube, so now they have every song. I believe. Unless it's a Song of the Hero piece that we're missing.
I believe every trial except for... Or wait, no, Lanayru and Farron trial are still up in the air.
Jaznix not getting too much from going up for these
this
cubes.
is why, again, I would have recommended doing LMF instead of doing this, but...
Do your dungeons.
Yeah, do your dungeons is like... Oh, getting tornadoed after the tornado patch. Come on.
Jaznix, they fixed this.
But yeah, it's been somewhat of a common theme of required dungeons being very important. Also, I just realized I never tracked Jaznix's claw shots. Because, like, you have to do them anyway. So, that's
no,
not
not
just
that one.
Jaznix. You need bombs for this one.
Oh, sea chart. Did we miss that?
Another Spirit of the Sword item on Sky.
Well, it looks like Jaznix is about to grab that as well. So that both teams are going to find that at relatively the same time. Very neck and neck for how different the routing has been between these two teams.
Also, yeah, one thing you see is CJ's getting the chest the intended way, but Jaznix is diving and landing on that platform. So now they can clear both LMF and Senshi.
Logically. They don't need to do any tricks or anything. Mario clearing out Floria now that he's come back with scale. That is something that we brought up earlier, is that
I'd say a good plan of
we're
action
going to have to come back.
for them would be to have Mario do LMF and Jaznix do Sandship, because Mario has the Hook Beetle to do the east part, and Jaznix has the sea chart to do Sandship. But it looks like Jaznix is taking a momentary interlude here.
Getting a few things that he's left behind, probably.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really agree with that decision, because you could always just have Mario do that if you really wanted to. And
Well,
besides,
these are things that Mario
did
has
this.
done.
Mario already did this, so the only reason he'd be coming in here is for scale.
Yes,
and the crystals, but
yeah. So he's gonna go. He's probably going to get.
and that can wait, honestly.
Yeah, you don't need scale right now,
Sleep in the morning.
you don't
And
need
Mario's
the
going
Hook
to
Beetle either.
Farron.
Is he gonna go do
I'm sorry.
Ancient Sister?
I know we're like omnipotent beings as commentators, but this routing really does not make that much sense.
Oh no, there are two Marios in this tournament. I
Yeah,
didn't
there's
notice that.
Mr. Mario and there's Mario Runner. Oh yeah, Mario didn't get this cube?
Mario didn't get any cubes on his first trip, remember?
I thought I remember him going back for... Wait, where was Bottle? Was that the first chest in LMF?
It...
Oh, that's Fledge Crystals in Logic once we beat LMF.
Fledge Crystals has Ruby Tablet. Come on, people. Cool your energy to Fledge. That was some great music on the call.
And yeah, we're only really missing Ruby Tablet.
Yeah, Ruby Tablet is...
We might finish this without Bomb Bag. Or wait,
technically,
no, you need
still need
bombs
Magmamets or another sword.
Yeah,
and bombs.
Yeah, you need either bomb. Yeah, you need either another sword or bombs and Magmamets. That is how you speak hint macro, or not hint macros, logic macros. Because Jazzings is going to be picking up the scale here.
64.
Presumably to get the beetle on the shed chest. And
it's probably why he was getting crystals too, is to get the other beetle on Betro.
Although again, since Mario doesn't have C-Char right now, I probably would just have Jaznix do Sandship.
Like this is Jaznix, right? Why is he getting the hook beetle right now? He can do all of the stuff in Linnaeus mining facility without it.
To be fair, Mario still has to get all the items to go to LMF. Like, he still needs to get the Ember Tablet here, so maybe he thinks he has time to do this stuff right now. Which is fair enough, but if you know you don't need the Hook Beetle right now, you could think, oh, maybe I could get some crystals in Sandship or something.
I don't think it's a totally questionable decision, because they might need it in Fire Sanctuary, too.
Yeah.
But in fact, it's likely that they need it in Fire Sanctuary because of how many Fire Sanctuary locations have been hinted already, which is 2, but that still really shifts the balance towards needing Hook Beetle.
There's 2 of them have been hinted, and if you count key smuggling as a legitimate strategy, they both don't need Hook Beetle. So
no, you can get there with the internal bit warp. You go to the second stage and then
I said
do
they both
the Upper Academy bit warp.
I said they both don't need.
Wait.
The second chest sword is the second chest, not the second water pod chest. And even if you did a bit warp, you still need the Hook Beetle because you get spawned in the Los Alphos room. Oh, CD is going all in on Betro, it looks like.
No, in Fire Sanctuary, if you go to the second room, through the first door, you grab the chest, you go back to the statue right after the first locked door. If you bit warp from there with the Upper Academy statue, you go to the bridge that you normally go to, but it's loaded properly. So you can just go straight from there to the room that has...
Well, the thing is, you have to get the first small key and open the first small key door anyway, so it's basically the same thing as key smuggling. But slower, since you don't have the ending statue. Mario, Jaznix, you're missing sand on a window, I think. Oh, never mind. Clearly, commentators are wrong, as always.
Always wrong.
CJ's getting his other beetle. And a bomb bag!
Bomb bag! That isn't that big. I mean, nodes, I guess.
Yeah, that is... Well, remember, Desert is barren.
Oh, right. So nothing for now.
For now,
that
but it'll give
opens...
access to the bomb wall chest in Fire Sanctuary.
Yeah, it gives them access to a sword later.
So why is it that this shed chest always has a beetle? I don't get it.
I mean, I didn't think about it until you said it just now, but I can think of 2 other races just immediately where there was a beetle there.
Yes, there are 15 Sheikah stones in this game, and they all give 2 hints each.
Ooh, Owlin crystals is coming in. I don't think we ever saw that hinted.
Yeah. CJ's got everything besides tablets and the magma mitts. We've not seen an Owlin hint yet. And we may not even get one, because you expect to see with this distribution about half of the... There's the magma mitts!
Magma mitts
So
on Owlin!
Wait, that means that both of the Kikwit quest parts had the mitts.
Yeah, Lopsa is the mitts guard.
Wait, do we know where Ruby Tablet is?
Yeah, Wooby Tab. It's not made an appearance at all.
Yeah, that's the only item we're missing, though.
It's probably in one of the 2 dungeons. There's so much check density to be had there. Like,
yeah, the chance of it being in LMF or Sandship is frightening me high now.
because it can't be in any of the Elden cubes.
Yeah, it can't really be anywhere
It can't
else.
be in Elden. That's just not possible. All of Lanayru is barren. And they've gotten all the cubes besides the Temple of Time one by now.
That is true. Ruby Tablet is on Pledge Crystals, and Academy is Spirit of the Sword. But we did just get a Spirit of the Sword item on Owlin, which is part of the game.
Magma mitts.
And like
I'm not giving up the Fledge dream. I want to see it. The first race of the co-op tournament having Go mode Ruby Tablet on Fledge crystals would be perfect. 64 with a very clean Betro loading manipulation that makes me envious. I wish I could do it that fast.
But yeah, as I was saying, in this distribution for hints, we actually have a proper hint distribution now. You expect to see about half of the sometimes hints. Because you're guaranteed like 5 of them, and then randomly you get on average like 2 more or 3 more. I calculated distribution myself, I should know this stuff, but... yeah. Yeah, CJ rushing LMF and 64 doing Sandship or something like that is something that I think the other team should have done a while ago, but to their credit, they now know where magma mitts are.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing that caused them to be a little bit behind at the start, maybe, if you want to call it that. Just them not having scale for a while because they didn't go out of their way to do Collins, but then they went out of their way to do Howlands. And now... who knows when the other 2 are going to check that. Because I know I wouldn't.
You wouldn't check Owlin?
I would save that.
I would think in co-op you should have at least one person go for Owlin if you already did Slingshot. Especially if you know that Slingshot is important anyway. Oh,
sword.
And that's the other sword. So you don't even need magma mitts.
They don't even need magma mitts. Incredible. Cancel everything. Magma mitts no longer required.
So yeah, that was a nice camera angle.
Yeah, bombs are hard required now, though.
Why
That is
would...
true.
oh yeah, you need them to get at least one.
Finally, probably going to see Jasnik start a dungeon in Lanayru.
And he is going for Sandship, which I believe is the correct play. You might say that going to LMF makes more sense since you get a hint after it, but Jasnix did get C chart first. So, although they've now basically caught up to each other in items, so...
I'd say that CJ finding that other sword has more or less evened them out. Mario getting Ballad. What was in Thunderhead? Bow, I believe? And Whip.
I think so.
So... I really hope Mario isn't also going straight to Sandship. Like, I believe that they're gonna split up.
Well, the bow was nice to have in LMF.
That is true. But, I mean, he's gonna have to do it eventually anyways, so there's no problem with doing it now. The seed is so fast because you go mode Eldin and every province of Lanayru was barren.
And Bombag is on mature 40.
Jasnik's probably the one to watch right now because everyone else is just following in the footsteps of others currently.
Yeah.
Jasnik's is going
somebody
to Sandship.
on the Founders team, I want to say 64, dipped LMF for a bit.
He has had the Amber Tablet for a while. He did, yes. He did actually dip LMF for a little bit. I wonder why he left, because he had everything he needed to beat the dungeon.
I think he didn't... Did he not have Hook Beetle at the time? I don't know.
You don't need Hook Beetle, though, and I think
You might.
64 would know
If
that.
the boss key is in the east part... The part locked by the small key, you need Hook Beetle both to get there. Well, okay. You need Hook Beetle to get to the chest, or you need a small key, and in the small key room you need the Hook Beetle to, like, do anything. Or bombs. Or wait, no, he's gonna... Well, he didn't have bombs. But... Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say no, but you might need Hook Beetle or bombs to get to that chest from that direction, but if you have the small key, you can do the small key section.
No,
You do
can't.
need Hook
There's
Beetle
that
or
one,
bombs.
There's
Yes.
that one... Yeah, you need
Okay.
Hook Beetle or bombs.
I had to think about it for a
Din's
second.
power item has Crystal Pack, that was hinted. But it could be on Mature 50, unless CJ cleared that out already, which he probably did. Yeah, for some weird reason, when you shoot these zip lines, you have to wait a little bit before the game will actually let you grab on. So you can thank me for that awkward cutscene. I removed the robot text, but the event for you turning around there still exists.
It is still
So-
much faster and much
Yeah.
nicer.
I've done something for like every dungeon except for Skyview and Fire Sanctuary. Although I probably should do something for Fire Sanctuary. Like the whole bronzy thing in the third small key room.
I'm pretty sure you shortened some of the cutscenes.
Ah, nice map. Well, Mario now knows that he can do mass skip. Is the trick you can do to skip this entire section.
And I would be inclined to think that Mario knows how to do that.
Yeah, but he does need Bomb Bag to do that first. And I don't think either of them knows where Bomb Bag is right now.
64.
Does
Probably
64 have
going to be
enough
going
to
back
get
down
that
now.
50? Oh, he must not have marked it on his tracker, because his like stream tracker still says 35, but the CSR tracker says 50, so...
I mean, the location of Ruby Tablet is going to decide a lot, I think.
Yeah.
It looks like Jaznix and Mario have a lead, but they don't have Bomb Bag, and they're down a sword.
Yeah, that is true.
And
But they know
Ruby
where that
Tablet
sword is.
could be anywhere. That is still remaining. So if it's on Fledge and they put off Fledge, I want it to be on Fledge.
And, even if they don't go for the bomb checks in Farron, they know where the third small key sword is, but then they have to go out of the way to get it.
Mm-hmm.
That can be doable.
And it's not Mario, Jaznix is exploring some new territory for us here, but, you know, it's Sand Chip, so we have to wait to get our random item serotonin. And then we get it all at once in the treasure room.
Yeah, now it looks like the teams are syncing back up again. And Jaznix and Mario have the dungeon progression lead, but 64 and CJ have the information and, like, sword lead. Yes, the only non-barren regions of the desert. And statistically, well, no, they don't have to be, like, actually barren, but they can be relevantly... One of them has to be, like, relevantly barren. Because, one of them has to have the Ruby Tablet or an item leading to it, and the other one doesn't.
And 64, because he already did that first room.
We already cleared out Linear Caves.
Linear
Otherwise,
Caves
would be in go mode already.
was already barren. Was also barren. We haven't seen a hint for it, but it was barren.
We probably just, like, didn't get enough hints, because the game only places as many as it randomly rolls.
I mean, what was
Or
the
they're in,
distribution
like,
on
later
barren
regions.
hints? Because it used to be only 2, if I remember.
I believe you start with 1, and the... Let me check the weight. Yeah, you are missing all the Elden hints, so to be fair. Okay, so for Baron hints, you start with 1, and the weight for it is 1.03, which, for comparison, junk and random hints are 1.0, so it's the second lowest, well, I guess technically third lowest, but second lowest weighted hint type.
They got 3 of them for every Lineru region, besides caves, and
So
caves
it's unlikely
also.
that we're gonna get another one.
Yeah, I mean, they have no reason to check hint stones anymore, because once they find Ruby Tablet, they're good to go.
We're gonna be waiting a little bit before Jasnix gets items, because there's, like, the pacing in Sand Chip is really weird, because you have, like, 2, well, technically 3 if you go for combo lock, but
Oh, no, Mario.
2 checks before the generators, and then you have, like, 6 after them. Plus the 2 small key lock checks.
It's the treasure room. I hope it's like it can't be like last weekly, but I wish it could.
That is true. There could still be Ruby on, like, Farron Trial. Ooh, Jasnix taking a death to the Colon. That's why you kill them. You don't just leave them be.
It's also why you just climb down the ladder if you fail it. If you fail the side hop.
Jasnix, use the boat. Use the boat. Oh.
He's not going to the
Taking the
water.
slow
Why would he
way
need
to
a
get
boat?
back. Yeah, what Jasnix could have done is, because he's already opened up, like, the hole to get back down here. Yeah, because he's already opened up the hole to get back down here, he could have just fallen down to get back over here.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe if the Ruby tablet were to be on a trial, that trial could not be hinted in Elden.
That is correct. It would be on a Lanayru hint stone.
So, if the Temple of Time hint stone does not have the location of our Ruby tablet, then I don't think it'll be on a trial.
Yeah, there's a very small chance that, like, for example, Jasnix goes for Shipyard.
Oh yeah, Shipyard. I always forget Shipyard. It's like that same weekly.
Although, to their defense, since they're both clearing their dungeons, there's not much else that they can do. Because
Treasure room.
they already know from the other person what everything has. A small key.
And CJ also is going to be checking combo log here. So
there's a boss key, so CJ is not going to get a boss key here. But he might get Ruby Tablet. I think CJ was trying to both hit the combo lock and blow up the bomb, but that doesn't quite work. And there's the other small key. There's an interesting thing with Sandship and Cistern's key layout where you have to have two small keys for the
no,
poor
CJ.
For the small key locked items to be in logic. Also, yeah, getting a heart piece on a chest you want a death warp is a classic.
Jasnix checking our last non-boss location here. Also
another
a
heart piece. So it's all on the Tentalus heart container and the Nehru's flame.
Do Tentalus skip Jasnix. You won't.
If there's Ruby Tablet on the heart container, that's a huge rip. LMF boss key chest has been hinted to not have anything important, but it could still be on Fledge.
Yeah. Fledge is my hopes and dreams right now. You can't give me a seed this dumb and not cap it off with something insane.
Go mode -1 item an hour in, and not have something like that.
Yeah, we've been go mode -1 item for quite a while now.
There was a seed that Jim and I did against British Stargate, I think last weekly, and we had go mode minus water scale at like the 28-minute mark, but it took us like the next hour to finish, so yeah. Have a somewhat synced deactivation of the thing, the Hydro Stone, that's what it's called. Also, yeah, I forgot about the boss key chest and the Skirbo chest existing.
Oh. You know, it's almost like I want to forget that these two checks exist.
Yeah, sometimes they're a little annoying, but if you get a small key on, like, the masts section, you can, like, route it in a cool way where in the middle of doing the first part of that one generator, you just do this chest.
That's cool. I do like that.
Since you have to deactivate the time shift stone anyway, although, to be fair, you're going to be leaving that room with an activated time shift stone, so... 64 has, like, just about caught up with Mario in LMF progress.
They've been neck and neck for a while.
And if he gets the backflip, yeah, they're going to be more neck and neck.
They've been neck and neck for a while. 64 actually passed him in the West room, so it's Mario took the lead back at some point.
Mario on one heart. a little bit scary. But
There's a statue here, and if he
yeah.
doesn't
And
save, then he is
you want a death warp
fated
after
to
this
die
next
to Moldy.
this neck chest anyway. There's one more chest that he wants to get. If he does,
Yeah,
he
the
might hurt jump.
shortcut. If he doesn't save at that statue, then it is his destiny to die to Moldarak, because that happens every time you don't save.
Or he's going this way. Okay.
Mario? Does he knows minecart trick. I'm sure he does.
Maybe he's banking on... Oh, wait. No, he knows that this last chest has a small key.
Oh, that... Okay.
He's gonna die, though.
He's dead.
Good idea, but...
I made fun of it at first, but... You know, there was
yeah.
good thought process there. And then, yeah...
Ooh, all the way back here.
Hello. The
Rando
is going well.
Pretty exciting. We are just missing the Ruby tablet from Go Mode.
And we have been.
Memes. Yeah, and that's been the case for like the past 10 minutes or so. It's unclear who exactly is in the lead, but given the events that have transpired, I wanna say the Founders have a small advantage.
That Mario death
Yeah, that Mario
really makes me want to say the Founders have an advantage. Jaznix is going to finish Sandship well ahead of CJ. But
64 is now, and it's another piece of. There's been like 3 pieces of heart and a heart container in Sandship. Now Jaznix has only to finish the dungeon. Or did he get combo lock? I don't think he did, but we know that's not.
Even if he hasn't, it's a quick check that he'll be getting. Mario is already at 2 hearts again.
Mario
Very
would really
worried for
appreciate
his
all these
survival.
heart pieces. Could you imagine if, like, in co-op, you could, like, transfer your heart pieces?
What if it's like they make it like Smash Bros, or you make it like Smash Bros, where you can
Like
take
share
heart pieces
stocking.
from your...
Share stocking. Or it's like the Tingle Tuner, but instead of rupees, you, like... So, like, they collectively have 9 hearts right now. They could, like, split it 4.5, 4.5, or something. Or even just give Jaznix the 1 heart. Or, no, I guess it'd be more, because he has another heart container. But...
Give the better player on your team 3 hearts, and then just give the rest to the other player so that you don't lose on Horde. Unless both of your players will die to Horde, like me and Pac-Man.
Oh! I think 64-bit got the small key and is now bit warping back to the original part. That is a cool trick that you can do because when you bit warp, your coordinates are changed, but your respawn coordinates stay at the statue that you're saved at. So he can go back to the small key locked area and he can go back to the small key locked area and why am I blanking? And death warp after he's done.
We've still got a ways to go in LMF. For both of these runners, but...
Yeah.
Oh no, CJ walked into that electrical fence 4 times and died. Tragic.
Yeah. What Mario was trying to do is go through that, like, intended little escort back to the center so that once he got the small key here, which, considering all the items that he's gotten, he knows that it has to be there, he can just jump down and go right back there. But unfortunately, because he died, he's just going for it right now.
He's probably going to end up doing it the same way that 64 did,
64
if
is
not,
down there.
just walking back.
If he remembers that the billboard works that way. It's not the most common of knowledge.
Is this gonna work, or is it gonna get caught on the enemies?
Or wait, no. It should work now. Or maybe it's gonna get stuck on the BMOS.
Nope.
Oh, or
That
not.
BMOS just got phased. I've never seen that
apparently
before.
worked. So apparently
Maybe Mario
was
died.
actually-
Maybe
Yeah,
Mario.
Mario died intentionally.
I mean, he didn't die intentionally because he lost a lot of time to that. But that
Yeah,
death,
but
like he wasn't.
he like
Too upset
if he
with it.
died like a frame earlier, the door would not have opened or something.
I mean, this still worked out for him. I mean, that's
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh no.
I was going to say
no.
that if he hadn't died, that would have been faster than the way 64 did it. Because back in time is slow.
Yeah, maybe.
Like you just open the door and
I guess
then
if he
do
saved at
everything
the
else
other
normally.
statue first, then it probably would have been faster. Or wait, no, I guess if he just didn't die. Well, he should save anyway because he wants to death warp back at the boss door. But yeah. Oh, did 64 inadvertently die? Oh yeah. So Mario's back in the lead. I think.
This is like me trying to play LMF. I die.
Mario does not have the bomb bag, so he has to do intended strats here.
64 does not look too happy about that death on his webcam.
Yeah, I wouldn't be happy either, especially since because you did a bit warp, the whole death warp thing now works against you, and you have to do it all over again.
So Mario's unorthodox strat has, in a strange way, paid off a lot more than he intended.
To be fair, if he had not died, that is actually a really good strat, and I'm surprised that none of us had thought of that before. I thought that you just get stuck on the BMOS, but apparently it doesn't matter.
I mean,
I
you
guess
really
the game
just
never expects you to like hit that from the other side. But ooh, nice getting bodied by the half heart rocks. But yeah, if you're doing that strat, you should probably just get the Centrum out of the way so you don't die.
Jaznix has picked up a lot of ground in Sand.
And there's the LMF boss key.
I shouldn't say picked up a lot of ground, but he's
kept his like entrance lead over CJ.
And it's grown over the duration of the dungeon.
Yeah. In a randomizer like this, technical execution skill adds up over time, and Jaznix has tempered his ability quite well. He is in contention for beating Jim's HD 80% world record, and that one is pretty much all movement, rather than back in time, so...
Well, I mean, no, just because it's a good strat doesn't mean it's not unorthodox. It's unorthodox because somehow no one's ever thought of that.
Yeah. Ooh, not quite getting the Froak all the way in. There we
Took 3 arrows, that's it's expensive. Especially since he needs to go do Sandship still.
go.
Hey, the Song of the Hero is complete. Oh wait, no, is it not? They didn't buy the one in Beetle Shop.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. But to be fair, why would you buy it if you know Skyloft Trial is dead? No Ruby Tablet. So maybe it is on a trial.
We're not gonna know with the Temple of Time. Yes! Jaznix is gonna go check the Shipyard Hintstone. I like it.
Or get the cubes.
Or get the...
He's going for Skipper's cube.
I'm still not used to cubes. Cubes is the much more likely thing to be doing here.
Well, yeah, that's why I said it could be on a trial. It's not definitely on a trial.
We also have a cube in Temple of Time.
We have 2. Yeah, we have 3 cubes unaccounted for right now. I guess 4 if we include the... Well, no, we have a lot because it's a desert of cubes. But yeah.
Ba ba bum, ba ba bum bum. Got some gruesome
Now Mario can
pencils.
use his shortcut to get back. But 64 can Death Warp. So 64 might actually be catching back up. Yeah, 64 is going to be back ahead, I think.
Yeah, maintaining the Death Warp.
Or they're going to be like neck and neck. Because he does still have to run a lot.
Riding this thing back takes 1,000 years.
It's not that long. If you're also savvy with the bow, you could have shot the Hydro Stone with the bow, and then by the time you get over here,
No,
oh no,
you can't walk on the rail.
that close.
Otherwise, there wouldn't be a cart.
I think you can if you're like really close. I think one time I was just barely a little bit farther than I wanted.
I mean, I'm
to
just
be.
giving him grief, but that sounds cool.
For
Go
go
mode.
mode, you need the Master Sword, the Harp, your required dungeons completed, and the Emerald Tablet, so you can reach the Sealed Temple. Because the Harp is needed to raise the Gate of Time, that's a vanilla thing. The Master Sword is needed to activate the Gate of Time, that's a vanilla thing. And required dungeons are just an arbitrary thing that you chose.
And of course, you need Emerald Tablet to get to
That's
the
in
Gate of Time.
general. Right now, in this specific reason, we just need the Ruby Tablet. We have everything else we need. They said they never played Skyward Sword Rando, so I wanted to go over the general case.
No, just 3. And those are picked randomly. The dungeons we have this time are Sand Chip, Lanayru Mining Facility, and Fire Sanctuary, which is why we need the Ruby Tablet.
They're the ones marked with Triforces on the layout tracker. That's what it's called. Oh, Jazzix is going for the shipyard hint.
It's not a bad idea, because Mario is also
Yeah.
about to finish LMF, so they're going to pick up the rest of the hints.
And you know that if you're gonna get a trial hint that gets Ruby Tablet, it's gonna be on one of these 2 hint stones.
The four ones that are in Elden can't tell you how to get to Elden. That's not how it works.
I use the hints in Elden to get them. That came out a lot less funny than I wanted it to. 64 finishing up with Maldorak, and Mario hopefully soon to follow. Right now, with these settings, because minigames are not on, you have to... The only thing here is a hint stone. So Skyward Sword Randomizer has instant text, although it's slower than HD's instant text. We removed or trimmed down a lot of the cutscenes. In fact, I even did a lot of that. What
The
else
Loft
did we
Wings
do?
go really fast.
Yeah, Loftwing goes really fast. That's... Wait, Nice vanilla heart container. I'm trying to think of other stuff.
I mean, did you mention all the cutscenes you removed?
Yeah.
I was watching Jaznix's minecart skills. Junk hint.
Junk hint. And another Skyfi hint.
Guy Sots, as
How
expected.
useful.
They say that Gymnast86 won the first Skyward Sword Randomizer tournament and immediately retired.
Yeah. You can catch him. You can catch him playing with me against
Me!
this other commentator against Raid and Pac-Man tomorrow at the same start time on ZSR2, I think.
Pac-Man will probably be awake for that one.
And that's LMF dead, so it's on the cube or a trial, I'm pretty sure.
Or
I
Fledge.
think that's... Or Fledge. Yes.
Don't forget Fledge.
What is Jazz next to? Oh, he's getting cubes.
This is the one I thought of earlier.
Oh, so it's not a trial.
Okay.
Sealed Ground's the Spirit of the Sword, though. I
So
can't
we're
remember
looking
what we
at-
got there.
A Goddess Chest or Fledge?
Yep. Trials are not skipped. Trials are items, but the reason we know that trials are not required is because they are always hints, and we've got hints for 2 of them. And because we're looking for Ruby Tablet, the only other... What? What was that? I don't know if anybody saw on Mario's screen. The text was bugged. It said, Lene Mining Facility is just ahead, Berserk. That is a really funny bug. Anyway,
you can drag the minecart.
The trials are randomized, and because we only need the Ruby Tablet, the only hint stones we've not yet seen are in Eldin, so they cannot tell us where the Ruby Tablet is. Which means that runners are left with only their cubes to choose from in Fledge.
The hints in Eldin can't tell you how to get to Eldin.
Yeah. Jaznix is picking up the Mogmits because they haven't checked the rest of Patrol. Why? I guess they did do dungeons.
Yeah. So, I mean, now that CJ has finished Sandship, I still think that it's really close, because all it takes is one of the Masters of the Camouflage players checking Betro, and the race is much more even, all of a sudden.
Well, not necessarily, because we know that there's no longer any bomb lock things that can contain the Ruby Tablet, as far as I know. They don't need the bomb bag. And Jaznix is already almost done with Owlin, so it really doesn't matter at this point. CJ, why are you checking this chest? Anyway,
I think he's just Forgore. Like, he's...
Interesting that Jaznix didn't go for Stronghold Cube. He can do it, he has Velos.
Stronghold Cube is a lot of time for one.
Oh, right.
One thing.
Never mind. You need bombs for the Fire Sanctuary thing. Yeah. Never mind.
Ruby Tablet!
There it is!
Mario found it!
There it is, but they still need the bomb bag.
So, that's probably Temple of Time Cube, given that Mario's the one who found it, right?
It's a chest on top of Beetle's Island.
Yeah, which cube is that? I don't know.
I think that's the... Yeah, that's what I meant by what the Temple of Time Cube is.
Ah. That's what he got, so... Yeah,
Do they not know that they need bomb bag? Oh, they think that bomb bag could be an Eldin. Oh, no.
Hey, it's like that qualifier I won. They're gonna search all of Eldin and lose.
Unless Jaznix, like... To be fair, Jaznix does have to go... do LMF to go get that... To go get the Ruby Tablet. So maybe there's a chance he goes to Betro first?
Yeah, I mean, one of the Masters of Camouflage players just needs to check Betro, and they are go mode. CJ and 64 need to find the Ruby Tablet, which is on the Temple of Time Cube, which 64 has. So if he checks that chest,
well,
then
they don't need to go to Farron because they know where all the swords are. It's just that they need bomb bag to get it because it's the chest behind a Bombal Wall and Fire Sanctuary that has one of them. I mean, depending on where the Fire Sanctuary boss key... Like, if the boss key is on map chest, then it's really not that slow.
Uh-oh, spiral charge. Things are opening up.
The other swords are... They're both in Fire Sanctuary. It's, the Fire Sanctuary, the second chest, so, like, the room right after... it's in the same room as, like, the one Magmatos if you go to the left instead of go to the right. And the other one is behind the third small key, or behind the Bumble Wall. Originally called the third small key test, but then we decided we probably shouldn't name things after what they are in vanilla.
Come on, CJ, you gotta linger on those joke hints a little longer.
I mean, we know what
Can't, it's hard to read if you skip them that fast.
Fire Soldiery has been a common theme. No, Chasnix is going to Linear. Oh no. Oh dear. Never has a seemingly uninteresting item been so detrimental.
Yeah, I mean, if they clear all of Elden and all of these Elden cubes without ever checking Betro before doing that,
I think it's pretty much... Well, if Mario Runner clears the entirety of Elden before Jasnix clears LMF and gets the Ruby Tablet, then they'll at least have an idea that it's not an Elden.
Yes, and Jasnix doing LMF right now is a good thing, because 64 still has to do Sand Chip, and CJ still has to do LMF. So,
and 64 also doesn't know that the Ruby Tablet is on that chest yet. He's not gone to it yet. And Bombag has been in Fire Sanctuary in the past. There was this one weekly that I won, and I believe that there was
a lot of those.
Temple of Fire Goddess Cube is a really feels bad one to get. Especially since they are like 3 hint stones. Well, no, they're 4 hint stones short because it's all in Elden. And it's a sometimes hint. So they just didn't get it this time. We intentionally tried to weaken hints a little bit for the co-op version.
There's also always the chance that the hint stones here will point them in the right direction.
What are you doing? Oh, he's probably good working. There's another back in time thing that you can do, but importantly, it does not work for the chest that the boss key is on. Oh, wait, yeah, he needs a small key, so he's just... That might get saving flag glitch? No, okay, that's fine. There's a glitch that can happen when you're bit warping. I believe it only happens if you start your file before you save, where the flag that gets set by the game when you're saving gets set, but it never gets unset, and that flag prevents you from moving. And it even persists upon a reset.
Oh, wow.
I think. So, it's like run over if you get it.
So, 64 is going to grab this chest, and then the next one, reasonably, that he should get is the one with Ruby Tablet. So, the Founders are about to hit go mode.
Yeah. Oh, oops. So we're having technical difficulties on stream. Let's see if Jasnix uses Mario's pretty cool strat here.
No circles.
And...
Nope.
That's go mode. Between the two of them, their team is in go mode. CJ is visibly reacting to that news.
CJ turns around and leaves Farron.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that's what you want to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that's The news has reached him. He's leaving Farron as fast as he can to go do LMF. Jaznix, can you get on that side of the minecart?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. I've never.
Although sometimes you get that where you just can't fire the beetle.
It looks like CJ's a little bit flustered because he went the wrong way and then pulled out the whip and then the slingshot and then the claw shot and then went the right way. I think go mode gets that. Like, your opponent hasn't finished your go mode. It's like, oh,
yeah,
I'm going as fast as I can. They can finish at any moment. This is when the race gets the most tense. Especially when you have no clue what's going on the other side.
You can take solace in knowing that the chances of them finishing within like the next 10 minutes are astronomically low, considering where the Ruby tablet was. Like, this seed is gonna be like a Super 2 seed for like pretty much any team that runs it.
That is true. Every single check on Beetle's Island was hard required. Or logically required.
Jaznix, please don't die to the keys. No, this is so slow. Just go back. I guess it's not that. Like, it's probably faster than going back, but it's really sad.
If only there was an item that would
30 crystals. Come on. Or wait, no, 30 isn't even enough.
Yeah,
wait, no, that
it's
was
not.
40. Was it?
If only there was an item that would allow Jaznix to die quicker.
Yeah. I wonder what it was. Come on. Or wait, no, what if we get a patrol hint here? Because the bomb bag is not required to reach Eldon.
Yeah.
We could get a hint here.
They need it.
The problem is bomb bag is not a possible item that can be item hinted. So they're at the whims of Spirit of the Sword and reading way too much into the words. Or random location.
Now that 64 is about to enter Fire Sanctuary, that means that CJ and 64 are both 2 dungeons, going to be in their second dungeon when Mario finds out he needs to go to his second dungeon.
And both of the sandship hints were there. Also, yeah, we can see the immense amount of time that 64 saves from not having to do stuff in Elden.
I feel like this is not the time for Jaznix to be doing LMF.
I mean, yeah, if he had stopped to do other things, like namely Betrow, this would be a lot different, but...
This is like he's retreading ground when they need one item.
If they get 2 Betrow Spirit of the Sword hints, then they know... Actually, no, they only need to get 1, because they should, like, if they're good at discerning logic, then once they get 1 Spirit of the Sword hint, that should be enough for them to know, because it can't be the beetle, because you need the beetle to get Ruby Tablet. You need Hook Beetle to get that cube.
That's a lot of thinking.
It is a lot of thinking, but...
It's a lot of thinking for people who are full clearing a seed in a race.
Yeah. But Mario is about to get, well, we know that 1 hint stone is not pertinent information because 64 just got it, but the other one...
And Jaznix with a... Really wishing he had bombs still. In more ways than one.
Well, if we get a Betrow Spirit of the Sword hint in Volcano Summit, then we know it can't be Fire Shield Earrings because it's Fire Shield Earrings. I know I'm grasping at, like, extreme lengths, but it's just really unfortunate to see.
I mean, 64's, like I said, 64 is in his second dungeon. CJ's in his second dungeon. Mario is not even heading to his second dungeon. The chance that the Masters of Camouflage win at this point are very low. Like, it's down to Mario's execution and how long it takes them to realize.
And depending on how you evaluate these runners, like, you could consider this like a small upset, because Jasnick's, like, winner of the SGL tournament, very good execution player, and Mario has been on the rise. They're a pretty strong team. But these two together have shown to be very strong. Like, these two before the co-op tournament were undefeated in co-op. So, the founders know what they're doing.
Think we're gonna see them forget Batro again in the tournament?
This would be a good victory for their repertoire, because the first part of this tournament is a round-robin section, and the top 4 scoring teams advance into semifinals. Which, to be fair, there are only 8 teams, so you just have to get top half, but still. We've had upsets happen before with people getting knocked out early, so... TJ avoiding the damage there. Alright. Not the right bomb bag, I'm afraid. Oh, and we get to see a Hero Mode exclusive cube here. Normally you're intended to have True Master Sword to get this, because it's like after Boko base, but in Hero Mode we get the Skyward Strike power of the True Master Sword from the beginning, so we can get this cube whenever we want. We know it's not important, but...
I was going to say something like, did you see Jasnick's destroying Moldarak? And then he got grabbed because he had bad luck. Moldarak just decided...
attacked,
I'm not going to show you my eyes.
Stabbed him a little bit too fast, so one of the hits didn't do any damage. But it's not that important.
Alright, this hint is important, because what is written on this hint means...
If they read as much into this hint as I do, and they get a Betrow Spirit of the Sword hint, then maybe there's a once-in-a-blue moon chance that they go and get it.
I mean, it could just be another Sky Spirit of the Sword and a junk hint or something.
That is true.
There's always
and I
a
don't
chance
think I don't think we ever got a fair and trial hint, so
we'll probably see that.
Wasted. Nope. Oh,
well, they found the other bomb-locked sword at least.
I like how all of the item hints were on swords. I think. I don't know if there's another one. Actually, wait, did we get a Thunderhit Spirit of the Sword hint earlier?
Even so, there's going to be 2 of them.
The other thing is that for item hints, there's like a list of items, and the swords, since there are 4 of them, they take up by far the largest portion of the possible item hints. So it's not too surprising.
So Mario has spent all this time in Eldin. The worst thing that Jasnix could do is go to Eldin.
64 is here bit saving a new game file. Essentially what that does is creates a file that does not have some flags where basically if this file had the tunic like our run file does, we would crash upon entering the academy back in time. And the sequence that 64-bit is doing here, it will set the value of the map chests being dug up, or I guess the chest after the second trapped magma, as it's called now. Which skips the need of using the magma mitts to get it. So it's a good one to know.
Okay, so Jaznix, did he just leave Linearu without grabbing the cube with the Ruby tablet?
Uh, um, I think he. Wait, no, but he's on Skyloft. This is good. If he goes for
This
gratitude
is
crystals-
good, but he's gonna have to go back and get Ruby tablet, which is just
Yeah.
a huge waste of time.
What is he doing?
Buying Fledge! Fledge!
Oh
Fledge!
God.
Yes, Fledge is a much better use of your time than Betrow. I wonder if it's like they don't have all of the gratitude crystals have been split between them, and neither actually have 40. I don't actually know the numbers. I could check.
The also,
Pretty easily.
I think Mario has 40
His tracker
because
says
Mario
he
got
does.
the hook beetle, and I saw you now have something 0 in total.
But
So-
do you know who doesn't have 40 according to the tracker? Is Jaznix.
Jaznix, yeah.
And Jaznix is our
Yeah.
only hope
The other
for Jaznix.
important part is that while this team is missing Bomb Bag, the especially annoying part is that they found the Ruby tablet first. So they just Mario has cleared out Elden and gotten nothing. And
This is exactly like the qualifier where I beat Jaznix. It's the exact same problem.
so these runners aren't going to get Bomb Bag, which they need, because 2 swords are locked behind Bomb Bag. These runners aren't going to get Bomb Bag until they check Patrol.
Until Mario checks Betrow. Because
Or
Jaznix still
get
can't.
enough crystals and then does. Maybe Jaznix does have 40 and I just forgot to track it. But Mario's 50. If Mario just makes a pit stop now, I think even if that does happen, they've wasted too much time to be ahead.
It's
I
based
see.
on whoever finishes second, like the slower finish of the team.
That is true, but
And-
CJ and 64... I mean, 64 is a good deal ahead of CJ, but... Or wait, no, 64 hasn't been sanctioned. But 64 and CJ are pretty close to each other, so...
Yeah, so the Jaznix is in a very... He's actually ahead of CJ in 64, because he's completed 2 dungeons. He's just missing the bomb bag.
Oh, I never marked LMF as being done.
Mario has completed 1 dungeon. So, while Jaznix has... I'd like that LMF, him going to LMF instead of checking things is like... It doesn't help his team in the long run. Where's Fledge?
Fledge is on, like, the room next to Link's. That's not the right one.
He was just in Fledge's room. Fledge wasn't in there.
Oh. What? Is that
No
a
more
bug?
Fledge.
Is that a bug? In our rando tournament version? That'll be the second time that has happened.
I didn't have his sound on, but he like walked up to the wall to see if he could hear Fledge.
I have his sound on, I didn't hear it.
Uh-oh.
That is... Maybe he has to sleep today and tonight, I don't know. That is bizarre, though. Yeah, if you could clip that, please, that'd be nice. My only guess is that maybe because he started Colin's letter quest, or wait, no, he didn't. Something was weird about that? I don't know.
I mean, it's good, technically. Because
If he doesn't, like, pursue it further. And Mario's going for Magma Mix cubes. Wait, he's moving in Betrow's general direction. Kind of.
he's getting a goddess chest over here.
But if it has crystals...
Wait, boom.
How do you know? Have we found all 65? Oh?
I still think
If
it's
it has
just...
crystals,
it's just
then we have a race again.
I feel like Jaznix could finish first out of these forerunners. That's a
Stamina
possibility.
potion. Nice.
Well, I mean, they are trying to go fast.
Alright, if he goes for Retro now, then we have a race on our hands.
Like, Jaznix will finish first if he checks Patrol right now.
Oh.
Out of these forerunners, he will finish first.
Oh.
Mario, I don't think there's a chance that he finishes ahead of either, unless they seriously misplay or Mario just has the best day of his life.
Oh, he's going! They're gonna get bomb bag.
I want to feel excited, I just don't, I think it's way too late.
How many dungeons has... Mario's only done one. Yeah,
That's what
a
I've been
little
saying, it's
unfortunate.
like, Mario is too far behind for them to win this race.
FS
I think
Busky.
there's something to be said about CJ and 64 playing the game and then seeing Jaznix finishing 8 minutes ahead of them. There's a bit of worry and panic that could come in there, but
That is true, but
there
they
is
don't know how
there's a
far
very
behind Mario is.
large Mario is an entire dungeon behind, and even though he's got the information from Jaznix to know where the boss key in Sandship is,
Does Jaznix know he didn't get Ruby Tablet yet?
I kind of forgot that he hasn't grabbed the Temple of Time.
Jaznix, you didn't get the... I don't think you got the cube. You do it.
He's flying in circles, he has no idea.
Oh, yeah. I think he realized.
He's finally going to Linear. The weird things that I have seen out of the corner of my eye in Jaznix's stream. Him leaving without getting the cube that he knows has...
He remember... If Mario remembers correctly...
It's a weird looking boss key.
I was gonna say, I thought that was boss key for a second as well. But if Mario knows this, he should be able to know that the only... Like, he only has to do this generator here with the boat. Because the other one unlocks, like, the pistons that lead to the robot and brig, but he only needs the boss key. That's like showing off lovely stamina potions. You don't often get to see them in Rando, although one of the work-in-progress patches we're making is making it so you can buy stamina potions like as soon as you have bottle. Because right now you can only get them if you beat LMF. Or I guess in the patches you still have to raise LMF to unlock them, but you don't have to beat LMF is the point. Oh, Jaznix missing the water.
That's bad.
Yeah, it's not as bad as it could be. See, the thing is, in all dungeons, we do, like, an RBM to get rid of the big fire, but that RBM is only active for one load. So if you miss the water, it's like, you have to do the RBM all over again.
Yo! Subs being gifted in the chat.
Thank you very much, Tentomon07. Welcome on into the Skyward Sword Randomizer Co-op. Does 64 not know that he can use the small key he got to do the front half? Why is he leaving?
He's talking very rapidly in his webcam, so I think he's confused or flustered about something.
I mean, this is good for this is good for Masters of Camouflage a little. But...
He forgot. He must have forgot to get a statue somewhere. I don't know how he would have got back to Skyloft. Maybe he messed up a bit warp.
Well, if you mess up a bit warp, you just die and go back to where you respawn.
That's true. And he did... I saw him saving at the statue in the middle, so why is he back to...
Oh, he might have forgotten this this statue before Fire Sanctuary.
Oh, and he had to go back
He's
to the
not
entrance. I
getting-
see.
I guess
That
he
was
doesn't.
kind of right.
But yeah. Logically, you would need the magma mitts to get like past the second small key door here because the only available key was behind the balcony, which you need to like dig up with the magma mitts. But doing the back in time warp sequence, you can get that chest like pretty much for free, and that's why he has a small key.
That's next.
He actually gets
Now only needs one more sword. We'll see if he goes for the third small key here or the bombable rocks in Farron. From our omniscient perspective of being casters, we know that the Farron is the right choice.
Especially given that the boss key's in the front half anyway. So it's not very efficient to go do third small key because then like you just waste all. And he's not doing bottle chests right now. So he's gonna come to the realization that he needs to go back for the small key. Or do a bit more. Which might actually be very bad if it leads him to CJ is nervously checking race time. Understandable, but we know that they're probably fine.
I still think there's an okay chance that Jaznix ends up finishing. I don't know. I don't think Jaznix is going to end up finishing before CJ anymore.
It is true that... Wait, why does CJ not have Master Sword? If you know where the... Why are you bit warping? That would make sense. In fact, if he really wanted to, he could key smuggle now. He's got the magma mitts. And he can, like, hit the switch. There's, like, a switch that can allow you to go back to,
Mario, unfortunately, did end up doing both of the generators.
That's fair. You, like, never want to only do one of these, and it's only, like, niche rando situations like this that it would be applicable. It's choosing to corrupt a file instead of bit saving a new game file. Which means he's doing half chest RBM, which means he's losing to CJ. Pretty sure.
You should have it, but it's close.
Well, the vanilla Bosky chest.
Somewhat interestingly, Mario actually very close to 64 all of a sudden. Still pretty far, but he made a lot of ground with 64's mistake of not grabbing the statue at the front of Fire Sanctuary. Fire Sanctuary took 64 a lot longer than maybe he wanted.
But the difference is, Jaznix is not going to know where the boss key is before Mario gets to it. So,
yes.
Although Mario does have magma mitts, so he could go get the small key. Like a smart plan for them to do is once Jaznix knows that there's a small key on the bottle chest, he can go do front half while Jaznix is doing back half. So it'll be interesting to see if he goes for that.
Though there is still the difference of the 3-minute long cutscene that is Tantalus.
Yeah. Mario's not doing Tenno skip interesting. I guess maybe if he doesn't have a big magic file, then...
It's interesting how patrol loading manipulation made Tantalus skip only require just a basic setup file. It's not like a huge investment or pre-planned thing anymore.
Yeah. And even if you don't have a big magic file, you can speed up the process of making one from scratch by like reverse bit warping a new game file, because unlike bit saving a new game file, when you reverse bit warp, it'll have like start flags. So I think you'll have the flags to do that RBW. Why did Jasnix fly out and fly back? I wasn't looking.
Good question. CJ's finally
he screwed up a bit warp. Because I remember him being on Bit Skyloft.
Oh, right.
And I guess maybe with only having that many bombs, he's not comfortable death warping.
Killing post would take forever.
Yeah. He could drown, but...
Probably faster just to fly there.
Well, you'd still have to go back and then save again. That's like... C-Day is not confident in his Beetle Bomb abilities here. He's gonna do this part the intended way.
I relate.
Is 64 doing Sansi skip? Why does he not have the C chart? I thought that was like an easy cube.
It's the one for the one. It's the chest in Beetle's cage. I don't remember what cube that is.
Yeah, I don't remember where that one is either. Maybe it's some like obscure Farron cube, in which case that's fair.
Not having Mogmamits kind of dooms Jasnix to a more back half route.
Yeah. But like I said, he is going to find the small key here. So, if they route well, then Mario's going to do the front half and find the boss key first.
Looks like CJ probably has the first finish in the bag here, though.
Yeah. He's got Master Sword and,
I mean, really, this whole race comes down to, I don't even know if I'd call it like bad, because Jasnix did not have the crystals he needed to check Metro 40, and Mario did, but he had just found the Ruby tablet, which is, in almost every way, far more of an enticing option to check. It just, like, it set them back in so many different ways. It's crazy. Also, I didn't know you could claw shot like that in this room.
In what room? Sorry, I wasn't looking. Like,
Staircase.
how did he claw shot?
He came in the entrance, turned around, looked up, and then
Oh,
claw
yeah.
shot. And
That's,
then he got on the
waited.
stairs, and then he claw shot straight to the chest. I didn't know you could. I'd never done that or seen it.
Yeah, saving the Farron sword for the end is fair. Haha, I'm so funny.
But
Yeah, 64 is doing quite a long back-in-time sequence here. Basically, there is a flag for whether or not the sand ship is docked, like after you shoot it with the cannon and all that. And, you can use reverse bit magic to set that flag. However, the flag is picking up the gratitude crystal in the Loftwing prison. And if you remember what I said earlier about needing an early game file, or a file without tunic to not crash in the academy, you will also crash if you enter the night if you enter the night with a tunic with a tunic file. The problem is, just a regular bog standard no tunic file also does not have Betro on it. Like, it does not have gratitude crystals spawned. So 64 had to do a bit sequence there to put the flag of being able to get gratitude crystals on that file, so that now he can enter back in time at night with that file and pick up the gratitude crystal.
you're basically building a file that makes it so
Yeah.
that you can enter a room with an item, or enter an area with an item and not have the game crash.
And actually, I believe if 64 is savvy with the beetle usage, you can also just not go to Loftwing prison, but that's also pretty monk-ass to do. And, like, RBM onto the correct file and all that.
I could see him do it. It doesn't look like he's going to, but... Yeah, 64, he definitely knows what he's doing when it comes to the back-in-time sequences like this.
Yeah. And CJ finishing up Fire Sanctuary here. Going to be going to the end of the dungeon. Or
I thought.
End of the game, momentarily.
Jasnick's not having Mog limits has forced him in the back half. He wasn't originally going to do this.
But we're going to see if Mario goes to front half. Unfortunately, it's probably not going to matter for ultimate outcome, but it'll save them some time nonetheless.
Okay, but 64 still hasn't entered Sandship.
Actually, that is a good point. If Mario does front half, we now have a race on our hands.
How did it get close again?
Because 64 had to do Sansi skip, which is a really slow RBM because you have to do it twice, and it looks like he entered with the... Oh, did he fail the Betro section? No, he's fine.
Okay.
I don't know why he re-entered.
Hey, Alright, so that should have...
He's doing front half. Or maybe he's just getting the sword. Hopefully
there's no way he tread what Jasnix is doing. Not this late into the run.
Yeah.
He's going to do front half.
The thing is that even though 64 knows what the Sandship layout is, he still has to do Sandship, and Sandship is quite slow.
He has to do the generators, he has to do the mast.
Yeah.
He's got to talk to some robots. They really like to talk. Mario's got to get bodied by a Magmonos.
So the Sandship skip RBM did work.
And he's got 2 hearts, so I foresee a potential Nerves death coming up here.
Well, you want to die here. You're doing mass skip.
Oh, okay. He's doing that skip.
Or he should be, at least. What is Jasnix doing? Why are you... Oh, he's key smuggling. Wait, no, he can't. He doesn't have Mog limits. I don't know what he's doing.
saving.
Don't do boss key RBMs.
Well, he's doing boss KRBM. There's a chance that Mario finds the boss.
Oh wait,
key
no.
before he
He's
finishes
doing
this.
Lower Academy. Is that gonna work? No, he needs to be on a different map. If he
Yeah,
were on the
he's gonna
inner
enter
map,
Unloaded.
he could do Lower Academy bit warp to get over here.
Yeah, that if he does Lower Academy bit warp here, he's gonna enter Unloaded, and it's
The problem is he can't do that because
Yeah,
in order to get to a lower, well, yeah, he can't do that because in order to get to a lower, to a inner map, he has to use a small key to key smuggle, and then he just can't enter the back part. He'd be soft lock actually.
I mean, he could just go to the front room and go through that door he already unlocked with the first small key.
Well, yeah, but then you may as well not be bit warping.
True.
He's doing boss key. Oh boy. I guess Jaznix's finish time really doesn't... Actually, Mario may be the first one to finish for their team. Or no, they're gonna finish like right next to each other.
That's
Yeah,
probably
64.
what I
Did
figured.
64 get horde skip? Or 64? CJ get horde skip?
Good question. I'm more interested in what's going on elsewhere because I just assume that CJ is going to finish first here.
All right.
But given
Going
the fact that
past
he
the
wasn't
final
in
period.
Horde last time I looked at him, I'd assume he got Horde skip. And he got an arrow. Ooh,
Very
he got
important
two arrows.
Oh, 64's hands are visibly shaky.
Oh my god, he's...
Oh, did he fail mass skip? Looks like it.
It didn't seem like he should have failed mass skip. That looked like it worked.
That's weird. I wasn't looking, so I don't know. That could be the break that the Masters of Camouflage need.
I feel like it was close even without that. Like, 64-bit Link
Well, yeah, but
having
even
to
with,
do...
I think without that, it was somewhat clear that they still had a bit of an advantage. Now it's not so certain.
Like, if he was already in the generator puzzle
It really depends
They'd
on
be
whether or
getting
not
boss
64
keys
does.
around
64
the
does
same time.
endless skip.
And Mario still needs to get to the boss door. Like, when Jaznix gets the boss
Yeah.
key, he can just get to the boss door. Mario's got to make that trek still. The difference in boss lengths is really important with these two dungeons, and I think Tenniless Skip is
I think
is
Girahim
important.
2 is even faster than Tenniless Skip in doing the escape.
But it's definitely way slower
Definitely
than doing Tentulus normally.
Yeah.
So, doing Tentulus normally here is... And dying to these Boko archers is, don't do that, please.
Yeah, please don't. Ooh,
Okay.
okay, alright, he's got it.
How many
CJ,
hearts does he
meanwhile,
have? How many prickly cactuses does he need to touch to die here?
He needs to
4.
touch 4 water pods to die.
He's... I thought he was getting rid of them. I thought he was swinging horizontally to not die.
Alright. CJ, on the second phase of Girahim 2 here. Or, Girahim 3, sorry.
And Mario is about to find the
Going
boss
to find the
here.
Q.
Oh, the plot twist of 64 not having
Not getting
C
C
chart.
chart.
That's
Ooh,
this,
CJ
this
getting
looked
hit.
this looked all
Okay.
this looked
CJ
like it was
officially
coming up
being called a
a
wretched brat.
wretched brat. He is a wretched brat. I mean, it looked like it was all I forgot the
Using the
names.
fairy, just in case. No, it's faster to use it than to die. So
Dying is typically slow.
well, yeah, but like with the fairy, it's not that slow. But like when you die,
I've been rooting for both teams at different points in this game because the underdog keeps switching.
yeah, yeah. And like even like outside the context of this race, the underdog is not quite so clear.
Yeah, because
I think with the players, like with the players individually, the founders are technically underdog, but together,
because
the
of
founders
Jazz.
have proven to be a pretty good team. Yeah, because of Jazzniks mainly. But co-op is really... It's less of a sum of its parts game as it is a slowest as like your weakest link. But the faster player definitely does help because you get information more quickly. And it's usually not even necessarily the fastest person who finished. Like, in the 2 races I've done with Jim, I finished before him, even though Jim is definitely better than me.
What is Mario doing?
And that is a finish for CJ.
GG CJ.
Finishing in 2:16.10. But their team has
why
not
is Mario
finished.
checking chests?
But their team has not finished until...
Why is Mario checking chests?
I don't know. The team is not finished until 64 is finished.
Does he not have the swords he needs yet?
He's missing
wonder-
one, but he should know where it is.
I wonder if
Oh,
he
he's-
misremembered.
I don't know.
Because that was the second small key chest that he just went to, not the second chest.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But he should have already gotten the second chest.
He did. He did.
What are you doing? Oh, he wants Master Sword for G2. Because he knows he's going to finish after Jazzniks anyway? Or wait, no.
No, that's
If you're the second
still,
person
like,
finishing, you don't want convenience. You want fast.
and
want
the
to go
gap
quickly.
closes. 64 is coming back into this.
You definitely want to go...
What
You definitely
is
want to go
Mario
for Fair and
doing
Bomb
here?
after Fire Sanctuary.
Did we miss a statue RBM?
Oh, we did.
We missed a statue RBM.
When did he do that?
I don't know, but that's cool.
Oh my god. Their team is now in the lead.
Oh, how did we miss a whole statue RBM? That's cool.
Because 64 is missing a sword as well. I don't know which one he's missing, but it's definitely not in Sandship.
At 64, if he has any chance here, he needs to do Tentalus Skip.
Yeah.
That extra minute or so is going to mean so much.
Tentalus Skip has been timed to save, I believe, 1:50 minus the setup time. But that's all dungeons. It might be slightly different for Rando.
Oh, yeah, no, like, Mario is showing up better than I expected. I don't know if that's underestimating him or what, but... You know, Mario's on a team with Jazzniks, and
I mean, Jazzniks
he's
has
not
definitely...
really looking like the weak link here.
The Masters of Camouflage have been doing a lot of off-stream practice, from what I hear. So Jazzniks has probably been, like, mentoring Mario very well.
Why do I feel like Twisted is the only team that's not doing off-stream practice?
I mean, Jim and I haven't really done off-stream practice. We've only played in, like, besides the weekly race, but even that was streamed. So, we'll be equally unprepared for our match.
I love how not even chat noticed that Mario was doing the statue.
There's a chance that Mario did this RBM on his first Fire Sanctuary trip, and we just forgot.
That is true. But, like...
It's kind of odd to do that if you're the first one doing Fire Sanctuary, though. So, we probably just missed it.
It worked.
I mean, the best way you can identify Bit is if you see the title screen. And all the other UI stuff.
That is a...
I guess
Usually.
if you see them doing other Bit stuff, you might not know which one is which.
It could also mean that their game crashed and they had to restart it.
But yeah. The Fire Sanctuary statue RBM is sleeping in Oriel's house and grabbing the crystal there. Which you don't need any specials files for because you don't crash in people's houses.
G2 died to darts.
Oh,
don't do that
nice.
every day.
Nice bingo goal. I think dying to darts is a Skyview bingo go? Oh my god, Skyview bingo goal.
It's like a CJ typo, but it's a Yal Speako.
Yeah, pretty much. And that is Jasnix's final sword. He's now in
Jasnix,
go mode.
like you said, realizing that this is the better sword to go for. And he's gonna pass that knowledge on to Mario, or Mario... Maybe Mario figured it out and told Jasnix. This is, But whatever it is, they're both doing it, so...
64, okay, he's only got 56. Tentacle Skip, you ideally want to switch to another file while this is happening, because you want to stop at 30. Because 30 is when the chest spawns, and that's what we need for this RBM.
Alright, that should have worked.
Yeah, that's... 64 and CJ were doing a practice seed, I believe, yesterday, and CJ messed up Tentacle Skip, and chat, including myself, would not let him hear the end of it. Because he kept insisting that he selected the correct option when he did not.
Oh, it's reminding me of how Mario... Mario. Me and Pac-Man were practicing, and the same thing happened again, where I said I can do Horde Skip, and then I failed it 3 times because Pac-Man said he believed in me.
Oh yeah. Well, that wasn't practice. That was a weekly.
No, that was the thing that we stayed up all night doing today.
Oh. You said the same thing, and the same thing happened. I think you should stop telling people to believe in themselves.
I know, absolutely. Like, death matters so much here.
Oh yeah,
and so does Mario not having a statue in Farron.
Yeah, 64 is only maybe like a minute or two behind Mario. And 64 has like an execution advantage over Mario. You got a heart. This item's life-giving energy restores 1 heart in life.
True.
Jasnix should have gotten a fairy. If not, that's silly, because he's the first one in this team to finish. Okay,
Fairy obtained.
Alright, I'm gonna see when Mario gets his sword so we can get a time comparison.
Officially go mode.
Okay. 222.55. But he has 3 hearts.
What a close...
64. Getting the weird thing with the nunchuck where it selects cancel instead of sky.
I hate that. I need to resist the urge to look at the race room.
Yeah, I closed out the race room so I don't spoil myself.
This is such a
getting
close...
a good hard skip.
There were so many times in this race where it didn't look close at all. And
yeah, and like I thought for sure the Founders were like miles ahead, but then these two caught up very well.
Like I said, the biggest plot twist of the game was 64 not having C-chart.
Mario is sitting down to heal. It's always good.
There's no such thing as over-preparing for Horde.
Oh, it only has 1 heart.
Those red pieces of...
I guess technically, given where 64 is at, that might not end up mattering, but it's important to note.
If he gets billied, it could matter, but...
64 is 77 seconds behind. Wait, no, he's... Wait, yeah, yes, he is. 77 seconds.
So that's more than a Horde skip. A death will close that gap, but if Mario fails Horde skip and 64 doesn't, that's still not enough to give. Assuming that 64 also heals and grabs a fairy, of course,
and that they play at relatively similar like other execution, like first barrier and stuff like that.
I mean, to be honest, first barrier with Master Sword is a little bit out of your control. And
well, Jim was doing like an all dungeons run yesterday, I think, and his first barrier with Master Sword was like insane. I don't understand how that happened.
He's just playing it like TMS. It's kind of working though.
To be fair, I much prefer the Skyward spin attack strat, but there's first barrier already gone. So
I was shilling the Skyward spin attacks for so long.
Yeah, because you have to wait for them to come back anyway, so the time it takes to charge up a Skyward Strike doesn't really matter.
That was really fast first barrier though. Like he took
that was
three.
really nice.
He took 3 hits, I think, but it made it really fast. And that was a really fast board skip too. It was risky, but it worked.
64 is choosing to sit in Temple of Hylia, which skips having that weird text box with him.
But that there's not really a time difference when you heal for
Jasnix
that.
has been called a wretched brat.
Wretched brat status obtained. Okay, I feel like the Horde has just decided that Mario is their chosen champion because
this is a really nice
Stalfos changed his block.
Yeah,
the moment Mario spun attack the wrong way, so that Mario hit him.
And the other one did that really. The other one did that really slow attack where he doesn't even block in any direction. Mario's Horde was like cleaner than Jasnix's.
Mario's Horde is cleaner than any that I've ever seen, and it was because the Stalfos sacrificed them to him. They sacrificed themselves to him.
And unfortunately, 64 is having calibration issues and trouble on first barrier.
And the first barrier was like the way he played it was really risky because he took 2 hits for it, but it was fast. The Skyward spin attacks are slow because they need to get back up, but if you just swing...
And in general, that strat with Master Sword is risky because it's pretty much RNG whether or not you hit the Bako once.
Yeah.
Jasnix doing demise here.
And he didn't pause at all in Horde Skip, he just ran straight at the dude's shield and it worked.
Okay, there's a chance that Jasnix is doing blindfold demise because holding forward for way too long is like a classic thing of blindfold demise, and that's a finish. 227-17.
If he comes for an interview, we'll need to ask him.
Oh, yes.
Jasnix, please don't tell me you were doing blindfold demise.
64 getting a Horde Skip, so at least not losing time to that. Speaking of interview, the runners aren't allowed to like watch the stream or join for an interview until both of them finish. So that's why neither of them has... So that's why CJ hasn't joined, for example. Jasnix, don't skip these cutscenes, you need the validation text.
Isn't there a 10-minute delay?
There's another one, but you're supposed to get the other one.
Isn't there like a 10-minute delay?
Yeah.
I thought you were telling him in real time, like, don't... He skipped it, I see.
Well, I mean, that's what we've been doing this entire time as commentators.
True.
Telling people things that they can't hear.
64 and Mario are still very close. A death could change everything.
Yeah, but Mario does still have a fairy. And
so does 64. But
well, yes.
I mean, I have faith in Mario.
But 64 having a fairy doesn't really matter because it's Mario's race to race to lose, not 64's.
I don't expect Mario to die, I should say. But if he does, Mario has been playing way better than I think I've ever seen him play before in this.
Yeah, this is a really nice performance.
It's not that not even that I don't expect him to die. I expect him to close this out pretty quickly too. But
I'm just still shocked at how we got here, considering that the founders had the Ruby Tablet and Bomb advantage for like a solid 20 minutes or so, if not more.
I mean,
and the other two still caught up.
Even though Mario found the Ruby Tablet first, it was only a detriment to him.
Yeah.
It's just like, we flip-flopped so many times.
Going into demise. Mario's second phase was a little bit slower than you'd like, so 64 is getting a little bit of time back, but Mario still has a...
Assuming that 64's is not also...
Yeah.
Which we still haven't seen.
Yeah.
But it's looking pretty...
Oh, missing a spin attack.
This is really bad. You hit him too many
Mario's
times,
having
you screw up
trouble.
phase 2. I think he screwed it up. I think he's hit him too many times. Clean?
Mario's having trouble getting spin attacks. I think this might be a dolphin thing.
It's not a dolphin thing, it's at least he's got a fairy. Oh, this... Now I'm worried.
Yeah.
It's if you try and spin attack too soon after the block is what that is.
Yeah, if you spin attack too soon, I think it's possible that you take 2 hearts from hitting the sword and then he hits you for 4 and you die.
No, it's the spin attack just doesn't come out. Like if you block and then you try and do a spin attack too quickly, it'll come out as a regular swing, which is what was happening there. And I know that because
I was talking about second phase.
Oh, okay. I know that because when I complained about it in the Discord, Mario said that happens to me all the time. Just gotta wait a second.
That is a finish for Mario and a victory for the Masters of Camouflage. Very well done.
What an opening race.
Yeah,
oh my
this
God.
is a very exciting race. And here they are coming in for an interview.
Hello, I am here.
Welcome, everybody.
Hello, I need to rebalance some audio here. Give me a moment. Begin the interviews without me.
GG's, guys.
Yeah.
GG.
GG. Oh.
So, I think me forgetting to check the statue outside of Fire Sanctuary cost us the race.
There are
And also the fact that you had to do Sansi skip.
Yeah, I was kind of like thinking in my head about like whether I wanted to like do the whole chain to get C chart, and I just ultimately decided to go for
that
Sansi
bad.
skip.
Hi guys.
Hello.
Hello.
What a seed.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
what a
shout out
performance!
to, like, 2/3 of the surface regions being barren.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, that was such a
yeah.
okay. That was a
Okay,
great
I'm
scene. That was a
assuming you
great
didn't get paid
race.
by Emerald. Or Ruby.
You guys need to watch this back because this
Yeah.
is.
Oh,
This
I
is-
will
This
be.
was a great kickoff race. Like it constantly switched who was in the lead. I was rooting for both of you at different points, both teams at different points because
Yeah.
the underdog kept switching.
And we both missed the fact that Mario did a Fire Sanctuary statue RBM at some point, and we were like, "Oh, they're back in the lead."
Oh, wow,
yeah.
okay.
No, I didn't have a commit in, like, I had already used
Oh,
up all
that's
my
why
own
you
commits.
did the chest.
So what I did was
That's why you went to the
I
chest.
backtracked to the chest to open it and get the commit, die to the ash, leave, and then get to the statue.
We both looked away for that entire section. We looked back. It's like, why is he checking this chest?
Yeah.
So
I was
big
getting,
thing-
I was, like, Jaznix told me he checked it earlier, but left because he didn't have keys, so I knew it was bad, skipped it, got the
Wait.
boss key, realized I could
Jazz,
use
if-
that as a commit for the RBM, so I RBM'd and then backtracked to get it.
Why did you leave, Jazz, if you didn't have keys? Why didn't you just do back
Okay.
half and try to find
Why don't I
keys?
just quickly explain the route I did? Well, yeah. So let me just
Okay,
quickly
actually,
explain the route I
hang on,
did.
hang
you're not the commentator.
No, CJ.
The
Just let
big
me.
preface is, who got Ruby? Who found Ruby first?
Mario, and he found it before
Mario.
you both did, but
Oh,
none
yeah,
of them
I
had bomb
totally
bag.
found it first.
They were
I
both
checked-
missing
They
bomb
didn't have
bag.
bomb bag.
The
They
entire
They searched all of Elden.
every check in Volcano, Turf, VS, and every
What?
cube, and then Jaznix told me where the bomb
Yeah,
bag
that's
was.
why it's so surprising that they still won, because you guys
I
had
did
like
the whole of
the-
Elden by myself, and then as I opened the last goddess chest, Jaznix was like, "Hey, the bomb's on bat 40." Which
They
I
have,
Wait,
feel
so
like
Mario,
they-
so were
Oh my
you
God.
the person on your team who did LMF then?
Yeah, he
did
did it first.
correct. And also
Okay.
the hint stone is broken.
Yeah, we saw
It gave
that.
me
Like
robot
the
text
neighbor-
for some reason.
the neighbor mining facility is just ahead. Berserk.
Yeah, that's like the robot text.
Also,
from-
I think Jaznix encountered a bug where like Fledge just didn't appear.
yeah, Fledge didn't
Yeah,
spawn.
Fledge just didn't
wasn't
spawn.
there. I saw it out of the
What?
corner of my eye. I saw it in
Yeah,
Sleep Tonight.
Fledge did
Fledge
not
just
appear in his
wasn't
room.
there.
No push-ups, no nothing. He was
Yeah,
gone.
I bought the stamina potions and then literally just went into his room. And was like, "Where's Fledge?" He wasn't
Bruh.
there, and yeah. So I
This
kind of like
race
lost.
was
I was gonna be
So
mad
I
if we lost by
think
like a
we'll need
minute.
to get a new tourney version.
Yeah.
Sorry, CJ.
Okay, yeah, that's... I'll look at the bugs that got clipped and figure out what's going on here, but...
Yeah, shoutouts to Senra for
Honestly,
clipping. Thank
well,
you.
I guess we don't technically want to do it since it does kind of change logic a little bit, but we could like merge Lepe's make tempo time always layer 2 potion stuff and all that.
I don't know if I want to do that.
That would change logic, so no.
I
we'll
think
discuss
yeah,
this.
I
as
don't
an-
like
fix the
doing
bugs
that.
and keep
we will
logic.
discuss this as an admin team later. And by later, I mean immediately following this interview. But
My
Okay.
input, I'm not on the racing council, but my input is don't change logic, just fix the bugs.
So
yeah, that's...
I don't want to
Anyway.
change
the like
Race.
progression of this race was that at first I kind of thought that Founders were in the lead because you guys found Scale with 10 to 20 minutes of lead.
Really?
Scale, you guys found Scale in the first 5 minutes. Really front-loaded seed, by the way.
You said
Yeah,
rubies,
well.
right?
And then, they found Scale, things evened out. Ruby Tablet was found super early, so we thought there was an advantage there until we realized that it meant that Mario was going to full clear Elden.
And 64 and I were like go -1 for probably an hour.
And
Yeah.
then,
I was,
we thought that it was set in stone until we saw 64 doing Sansea skip. And we realized that, there's another plot twist, it's an even game again, and it ended up being so
Yeah.
close.
And the fact that despite the fact that they technically got their dungeon no mode way later, the fact that Jasnix didn't have Magma Mitts meant that he got the small key on a bit warp, and so Mario could do the front half while Jasnix is doing the back half, and Mario just finds the boss key.
Did Mario have
Yeah.
magma mitts then?
I did.
Yes.
Yeah.
I bought them
Literally,
from
it was actually interesting because, in FS, I was literally a sand chip ahead of Mario, and then combination of not having Magma Mitts, which really messed me up, and then also a lot of dumb mistakes. On a bit save, on a bit warp, I bit saved Skyloft, so it actually turned out me doing FS. Mario gained the lead back from me for temporarily, which is really interesting.
We mentioned that it looked like you were trying to do front half, which would have made you finish a lot faster, but the way that, because you didn't have mitts, you got scammed into a bit warp, which kind of led you to do a different route.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to say this was probably the worst Fire Sanctuary key layout for the way that the seed played out.
Unless you were Mario, apparently.
To be fair, I knew back half was bad because Jasnix had just finished checking it, and I already had plans to go to No-Bit FS in order to get the sword that was on the third small key. I figured while I'm in FS, if I need to get that far to get the boss key, it'll be faster to pick it up. But
And real quick,
when I was opening the Fire Sanctuary boss door, I freaked out because I didn't get that, but then I remembered the Pharaon sword.
more flip-flopping is when the Magma Mitts were found, we were like, Yal thought that you guys were going to check it pretty quickly, but I personally was like, I would never check Owlin. The Magma Mitts are huge for them, and then CJ found the sword, and then that didn't matter anymore. The lead kept changing.
Owlin crystal.
Owlin crystal.
Owlin.
Wait,
I didn't.
We never
It's
got
still
Owlin
there.
crystals.
Wait, okay, so whoever...
That so what I did was I did slingshot, but I didn't get a couple of cubes that I needed. I think the Ember Tablet chest, I didn't get the cube for. So when I went back, I picked up, with Scale, I picked up the cube, Ulo, and then the Floria checks. And then I had to go back for Deep Woods cube later, which was unfortunate.
That must have been a mistrack, because I thought you didn't have Magma Mitts, but then somebody told me that you did, and then I was confused, but yeah. Also, speaking of cubes, can we talk about Jasnix just leaving after beating LMF and not getting the...
Oh no, I just
cube?
forgot. I
yeah,
forgot
exactly.
entirely.
You forgot.
I paused and I looked at my mic and I said, Yal, did he just leave without the cube?
And you know what? All of my misadventures in Elden could have been avoided if I had just gone to Skyloft, which was my plan, but I figured Temple of Time Cube is really bad, and if Jasnix needs to get it, he should start doing LMF immediately, So I check that chest before doing anything else, and then when I go there, I get ruby tablet. So I figure, okay, well, I'll go to the area that has 27 checks. Surely,
what was
I'll go to the area
Bombay
that has
needed
27 checks and 9 cubes.
Bomb bag
Surely
locks 2 of the swords.
That will have. Surely that will have.
Oh yeah, it does double lock swords. That's right. Okay.
And
Yeah, that's
bomb
the
lock-
reason
bomb lock
that-
2 swords.
That's the reason I wound up making 3 trips to Betrow, was because I was initially just thinking I was just going to get Hook Beetle and substitute for Bomb Bag, and then once CJ found the sword that was in Farron, we realized that 2 swords were bomb locked, and I had to get
How early
both.
did you actually get that sword? The Farron one.
Pretty early. I remember CJ having white sword for a while.
I mean,
I guess
a better question would be.
I
when
probably
did you
got in the
get
first
bomb
hour. I ended up doing 10 loose crystals and just getting to 40 by happenstance. Pretty
They
much.
had bomb bag
yeah.
before you had ruby
I was-
tablet.
Oh, another pivotal moment was that
40 for a long
Jasnix
time.
was like cleaning up stuff on Skyloft, had 35 crystals, went towards the goddess chest, got 40, and then we all got super excited when he started going towards Petro. And then got the bomb
He
back.
drank a stamina potion. That was cool.
Oh no!
Oh, yeah,
I was trying to put
actually
away a
using the
shield.
stamina-
Yeah,
No, no,
I
no,
saw
no.
that.
Okay, because the problem was I was trying to unequip my shield, so I just pressed minus and then A, but I forgot that I just got the stamina potion, so I drank the potion, and then I realized that I need 2 bottles empty, so I drank both stamina potions.
But you
So
drank
it just
both?
ended up working
Yeah, I
out.
drank both.
He drank the other one
Oh.
in Volcano.
Oh, I
City.
guess you only had 2 bottles. I got bottle percent, which was
Wait, well, I
interesting.
guess 2 of them are probably in Elden.
Yup, there were like 3 bottles in Elden.
Yeah,
It
I
was
think
kind
me
of-
and Mario ended up kind of full clearing the seed, pretty much. We did
I
both.
I
would-
64 I
I
full
would
cleared
say that's
except for
true.
Elden.
Well,
Yeah,
and
we
all
full
the-
cleared except for miscellaneous checks.
And then
And,
you
know,
also
they were
got the
cleared
one
except for, like,
Sansi.
Sans,
you got the
except for
one-
like Pirate's Goddess Cube.
You got the one
Yeah.
Sansi chest, despite Sansi being
If
buried.
that had had Bomb Bag, I was gonna lose my mind.
Was that just?
Yeah, we were
muscle
wondering why
memory,
neither of
CJ?
you got that cube.
Yeah, that was muscle memory picking up that chest.
Yeah, well, I like the plan was for me to go to Pirates and get it to specifically just to get the cube, but I was like, I'm gonna clear everything else I can before I go back to do Pirates, just because doing all of Pirates just for a cube just is so slow. And so,
Yeah, no, that was the right thing to do. We were trying to level things out because I had a lot of long individual things to do. Because I was like, oh, I have to do Sansi, because I was the one who was there, and I was like, oh, I can't really afford to go get that because 64 runs out of checks right now. Like, right after I finish Pirates, approximately. So I was like, I'll do the shipyard hint, leave, and do Owlin, and then 64 can backtrack, get the cube, and then we can go from there.
So,
Yeah.
CJ, were you basically like, did you basically just leave 64 to do everything? Did you finish first because you did all your dungeons basically, like, immediately?
It was just the way it worked out.
Yeah.
64 was,
Chart.
I was ahead of 64 by a full sand ship.
I thought I was gonna
Just
be
by
behind
coincidence.
Resnick by a full sand ship, but it actually, because of the key layout, it actually turned out we were a lot closer. But he was like in FS while I was in the middle of sand ship, so I was really worried I was gonna be tremendously behind and then lose the race.
well, yeah. So what happened was I went into LMF and then I found the first bottle that we knew about in the seed, and CJ's like, okay, turn around and check Oreo. So I
Because
did.
at that
Ellen
point,
Pugh was not-
the reasoning for that, that wasn't just me being like 64, get the fuck out of there. It was me being, we're looking for one item. We can't afford to be going. We're looking for pretty much one item. We couldn't be affording to go out of logic until we knew where that item was.
Yeah. Well,
Which,
I mean,
like,
at
this-
any rate, yeah. So then eventually we cleared a bunch of other stuff, came back, and then I eventually came back to LMF, and it wasn't until after I had full cleared basically LMF, got in the cube, and then I did the whole all the sky checks, and then I found Ruby Tablet, and that was basically at that point CJ had to do or CJ basically sped through LMF while I had to find out all of the unfortunate key logic in Fire Sanctuary. And
Also,
it was
shout out to a
compounded
bad
by...
LMF layout while we're at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess, like, bad dungeon key layouts in general.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everything
They
was
were the
awful.
second
They
worst.
were all
LMF
bad,
layout.
actually. All three
Yeah.
keys in the treasure room.
Yeah, we were
Wait,
watching.
actually, I only
Mario
checked the-
Mario had a really unfortunate situation where he was going to blow open the gate so that you could go back and pull the lever since now it won't get stuck. But
It's actually
he died.
really cool.
But he got killed by the sentry. But fortunately,
Yeah, I
the gate
thought-
had already the gate had already been raised, so it still ended up working.
Yeah, it raised like 5 frames before I died, probably. I've actually never seen a Centro shoot 3 missiles in a row. I assumed, okay,
Ever?
wait, No, I've never seen it happen.
It could shoot more than 2?
Yeah.
Wait,
this
it
is
shoots
Yeah,
less
that's
than
I was
3?
on 1 heart, but I got cold pumpkin soup earlier when I got ballot. So I drank the cold pumpkin soup to heal up to 5 hearts, figuring I'll get hit by 2 missiles, and then it'll drop the mines, and then I'll run away.
Wait,
And
it
then
can shoot
it'll-
less than 3?
And then it shot 3 missiles, and I died.
Yeah, normally
I
the
died-
normal
my
behavior.
LMF was later
Not
LMF was
2 normally? Am I
Yeah,
crazy?
as far as I thought it would just do 2 and
It
then
normally
summon
shoots
mines.
2 and then
Yeah,
drops
that's
mine.
what I thought. That's what I thought. Okay, cool. We're good. Alright, I'm not totally... Well, I am crazy, but not for this reason.
Quick question. Who rolled this seed?
Ricky.
Ricky.
Okay.
It was a
anyway.
cool seed. It was
good
Yeah,
seed.
honestly,
It was a
It
cool
was
seed,
pretty
but
cool.
I didn't like it.
It
Also,
felt like
You
it felt like a
won!
season 1
You're
seed.
not allowed to not like the seed.
Okay, but he
I
also
don't
full
like-
cleared Elden.
I don't like the emotional experience of full clearing an entire surface region by myself in co-op. It makes me feel like I'm losing so much time. I was panicking.
I mean, that's how co-op goes half the time. You like half the time in SSR, you have 2 tablets at the start of the seed and you just split in co-op.
Yeah. Speaking of,
But
actually,
then, the difference is that Jasnix had to do an entire dungeon and get the cube to go join him. If
Yeah.
he wanted to.
So did I, but we were in the difference was we
Yeah,
were
but
in
you had the
go mode at
bomb
that
bag,
point.
so you can't complain. You were in go
yeah,
mode.
you can't complain. You
45
knew
minutes.
that Elden was bad. But, so, CJ and 64, I guess, so, why are you guys called the Founders? Because, you did the first co-ops and stuff?
Yeah, that's exactly
I've
the
meant
reason.
to ask that for a while, but I never got around to it.
At this point, it's just a meme about the fact that, we were like, oh, hey, let's do co-op. And then we submitted co-op to, every marathon in existence for the next, year and I think it only got into SGL. It got into SGL.
They're the CEOs of the word cooperative.
We invented the word cooperative.
Cooperative
So
co-op.
I guess, at this point, before this race, it was CJ and Jasnix were undefeated in co-op races, and now it's just Jasnix. So
That's true.
Japanese Masters of Camouflage is the team to beat going forward.
I think Jim is still undefeated in co-op.
Okay, I guess that's true.
I mean, I did
That's
the
cheating.
old co-op races though. I did the co-op races back in December, so I'm the old undefeated one.
I mean, so did I. I was undefeated until those. I haven't done a race since then.
But
Because I've been calming and organizing the tournament.
Oh, I just want to also quickly mention, so me and Mario, we were gonna make some custom textures for specifically our matches, and it was all set up, and literally took me all day yesterday to get everything set up. I forgot to put in the textures, so today I just had normal textures, and yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
That was
well,
a good
except for the
goal.
fact that your goddess sword looked like a long sword, and that
Oh
was
well,
really
yeah, because
bothering me.
that's the point. I'm supposed to have a blue sword.
Inverted.
I knew it was on purpose.
And then Jasnix has
Okay.
his red tunic and blue sword.
I'm going
Yeah,
to.
I just forgot to put in the red tunic.
I have to leave now, and our restreamer needs to leave soon too. So goodbye, everybody. Good race. See you.
Thank you for
It was a
coming.
great
See you
race.
raid
Everyone watch the
tomorrow.
VOD if you missed it. You mean beat me up tomorrow?
Yeah, catch the race of the Ragtag Yag versus Twisted tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern time on ZSR2, I think. All right, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Alright, thank you, Average Link. Alright, and yeah, I have a class I gotta get to, so we'll go ahead and wrap it here. That was an awesome race, everyone. Thank you so much. It was a lot of fun to watch. Congratulations to Jaznix and Mario Runner for winning the first restreamed match of the tournament. I think the first match overall.
Yeah, I think
GGCJ and 64-bit Link for keeping it really super close, very edge of the seat right there. And thank you to Raid Spinell and Garbage Link for commentating, and Alka for helping me track. Coming up tomorrow on ZSR, where did my list go? We have at 3 p.m. Eastern Time in Ocarina of Time Randomizer Random Settings League Season 4 Swiss Round 6 between Nopons and Tenacious Toad. At 6:10 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, we have another Skyward Sword Randomizer co-op tournament match between the Ragtag Yag and TWSITD, as was mentioned earlier. And yeah, that looks like all the exciting things for tomorrow. Plus, there's a few weekly races as well. Check out the schedule for anything you want to watch. And with that, we're going to sign off here. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Hope you had a wonderful time and have a wonderful rest of your night. Bye!